Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
Two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Hello, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another Monday Night Live. Before you do anything else, make sure you smash the like button and please and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We get loads of you guys watching. You haven't subscribed. We see you. Please hit that subscribe button.
Ninja watchers, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Come on now, allow that Shinobi thing, man.
Tune? What I'm calling, boy, there. Watch my
allow the Shinobi thing, you man. Man, they're out here moving like Tenchi and that, bruv. Come on, man.
But Jeff, how you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm still hurting, bruv. You know when the cut was so deep that it ain't even scabbed yet, bruv. You're still putting like bandages on it. It's bleeding still, bruv. Yeah,
the
bruv.
first cut is the deepest. That's how I feel.
Flesh, bruv. That one cut straight to the flesh.
Season, it hurts. Sadiq says Drifty coming straight out of a Rocky movie, getting stronger. Yeah, you look like you're about to duppy someone still.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the hooded vest still. Kind of cold.
No, I'll be honest, even after having a sleep and and you know me, you know, I go back and watch the game and highlights.
I did, don't ask me why.
Yeah, like even after watching that, I was just like, oh, those goals were so avoidable. Some of the things that we did in the game were so avoidable. I don't know, man, but I think there's a lot to talk about. I don't want this to become too negative though, like, because again, to put context on things, we are that yesterday was our 11th game, and it was our first defeat in the league. We're sitting 4th in the league, 4 points behind the top of the league, which is Chelsea. So for me, it's not like the season's over, the league's not over. Even though some people might think we're not going to win it, the league's not over, the season's not over. But for me, it seems like there's an issue, not just with our squad, but with Klopp. Us as fans, we can be very reactive as well. I really do want to discuss this whole favoritism thing, though, because it is starting to become very evident. And look, shout out to Jamrock. He's not in the chat yet, but me and Jamrock especially probably go back and forth the most. Obviously, always polite and respectful. We always agree to disagree on stuff. But one thing I can't shift from my sort of brain at the moment is Jamrock in the summer said Klopp's got his favourites, and even if he has a big squad, he's still not going to use it. And I was like, no, you're wrong. And right now, he's proving every single word that he said was spot on. Origi, again, I'm not going to sit there and be like, yep, I'm his biggest fan, or I'm always backing him. I'm not. You know I'm not Drift.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
But really and truly, can he not get a game? Can he not get a start? Could he not come on early yesterday? Minamino, again. Look, I'm one of Minamino's biggest critics. But if we talk about Origi, since Minamino's been at the club, he's got a better goal to minutes ratio of scoring than I think Origi, or goal contribution to minute ratio than Origi. Again, I'm not saying you just drop players for the sake of it, but what's Minamino got to do to get a game? And you look at Tsimikas. Tsimikas is the real one for me when you're like, Robbo's been superb since he's been at the club. Again, been the best left back in the world. I still think he's the best left back in the world. But Tsimikas, since the season has started, has been brilliant. Robbo got injured in a pre-season friendly. He got, obviously, the injury wasn't as bad as we thought it would be. The Chelsea game comes around and he's thrown straight back into the team. And if I'm not mistaken, for that Chelsea game, he didn't play very well. And again, you're asking yourself, Ross, Simi's come in and done his thing. Why was he just dropped? And again, you can make that argument and say, you know what, Robbo, before he got injured, he didn't do anything wrong. Everyone knows he's the first choice left back. maybe he comes in for the first time. But when it keeps on happening, when Tsimikas is churning out top performances and Robbo's not, but Robbo still gets the nod over him, and we're going into an international break, so you can't even say it's a rotation thing. You can't say, well, he played against Atletico Madrid, so he can't play the next game, because Ox played against Atletico Madrid and played the next game. Virgil did and played the next game. Matip did and played the next game. So we can't use that as an excuse. For me, not only does it send a bad message to Tsimikas, it sends a bad message to the rest of the squad drift. And I know I've said a lot here, maybe I'm waffling, and I love Klopp. Klopp, my favourite manager, and I still think he's the best manager in the world. But I've got to be honest, Drift, I'm concerned about how he shows favouritism, because not only is it bad for the squad players, I think it's bad for the first team players or the players he sees as favourites, because one, he could burn them out, and two, they could get injured from overplaying. So I'm going to let you chop up what I've said, because obviously I've just spoken for the last,
No. What you're saying,
like
that's why I let you
10
finish, bro, because what you're saying is bang on, bro.
I'm going to quickly read these super chats and then let you go.
Yeah, go to.
Sadiq says Origi on some Tevin Campbell settings with Klopp. Tell me what you want me to do. Lord Walker says, what's sad is the chat is all doom and gloom, as if we didn't go 25 games unbeaten. We have the potential to win the league, if not multiple trophies. Is that BIK? I don't know what BIK means. And obviously you'll never walk alone. So Lord Walker, I agree with that. And again, guys, we lost yesterday. We slept on it. Please don't be too negative in the comments. Like, that's all I ask. Let's be objective. If we disagree with someone else in the comments, or you disagree with us, say you disagree. Say why. Don't just say, oh, you're chatting rubbish, or that don't make sense. Tell us why. That's all I'm saying for today. Agandriff, what you got to say, bro?
No, bruv, you hit the nail on the head, man. I think we've spoke about this before, where a lot of people always, and I'm not even trying to do the whole "I told you so" thing, whatever. Like, I'm not that way, and I don't even care, to be fair. Like, everyone's allowed their opinion, but when people used to always have a go at Origi, and they'd be like, he's lazy and this and that, and I always used to say, no, guys, take the emotion out of it for a minute and put yourself in the position of Origi as a human being. And imagine you're at work and you always do well when you are asked to do something, but you get no praise for it. And then you're just dashed out into the cold for another couple of weeks or months after that. Eventually, your motivation is going to go. It just will. And if you look back on what Origi's done for Liverpool, and then you think about how he's been treated, you can't blame him. So then, coupled with that, like what you're saying, Minamino now, bought in January, taken from a club where he plays every week, thinks he's making a step up, which obviously he is in terms of club-wise, but in terms of his own career. And really, his own career has gone backwards because he barely plays now. You don't get any game time. Now people don't rate him. And don't get me wrong, I think there was a period where he was playing and he weren't doing anything, and we were all like, oh, I don't know if he's good enough. But it was an adapting period to the league, which all players need. And then, as you said, he's got the best goal scoring ratio this season. If you're talking about minutes played, he must have.
That's what I've been told. So I've got to shout out Chris Brack for that. Apparently, Chris Brack says he has.
Because if you think about it, Minamino's got 4 or 5 goals, and I think he's only played 2 games and a couple sub appearances here or there. And then so he can't get no time. And then the biggest one is Tsimikas. The man came in and had an absolutely sensational pre-season. Robbo was injured at the beginning of the year. Took the form from pre-season into the first couple of games, was playing wonderfully. You lot know already, Tsimikas was my favourite player up until maybe the 3rd game.
Oh, yeah. And yeah.
Outperforming everyone, wonderful. And then Chelsea game comes along, Robbo's fit, bang, straight in. Robbo won't play football for like a month, but bang, straight in. All right, fair enough. Robbo's a world-class player. But if you're out of form, you ain't world-class anymore in that moment. And your performances aren't going to be as beneficial to the guy who's in form. And then every time he's brought Simi back for a random game, he's still performing. So he's like, right, you put me on the bench, you disrupted my form, but then when you play me, I'm going to still show you I'm there. And Robbo ain't really been playing that well. I think when was the last time I think Robbo had a great game? Was it Atletico away? I think Robbo had a great game. It was about 3 or 4 games ago. I remember Robbo was brilliant, but then the last couple of games he's been very average again, and you're like, and I'm looking at the Origi situation in general for the last 2 or 3 years. Looking at the Minamino situation, I'm looking at the Tsimikas situation. I'm thinking, how do you get Klopp to play you? Because other than Minamino, arguably, because it was only 2 League Cup games, what more do Origi and Tsimikas have to do to prove they deserve to play in the first team more regularly? Like, I've got to be real with you. What more do they need to do?
All right, so you're going to say I'm flip-flopping now. You're probably going to bad me up for what I'm going to say. But I'm going to say it, and I'm going to lock my doors and switch on my security cameras. I think Origi's had a good start to the season. But for myself, and again, I'm only going to speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for the whole fan base. Myself, the frustration with Origi, bro, is there are certain games I've seen him play, and I get where you're coming from without the motivation. But again, if he really wanted to leave that bad, he would have left. But there's certain games I've seen him play prior to this season where he's come off the bench and he's just taken up bad positions, or he's laboured around, or he's trotted around, and he's not done anything, which is why I was so big on him leaving in the summer. Not just for us, but for him, because he obviously needs a fresh start. I don't know if he's had a conversation with Klopp or what, but he seems different this season. Now,
yeah, last year something happened. Last year, I feel like there was a fallout or something. Something happened last year, 100%.
But what's difficult for Origi is he's got 2 players effectively he has to get in front of. Tsimikas has only got 1. So if Firmino's out injured, the next best player in Klopp's eyes is Jota. I believe Jota's a better footballer, but I think there's an argument to say, is Jota a better striker? There is an argument, in my opinion. Now,
and you know I love Jota, but I don't think there's an argument. Personally.
All right, so I do. And again,
I think Jota's better off the left. I really do.
I think that's Jota's best position, but I still think there's an argument to say whether he's better than Origi as a striker. Now, here's the thing with Origi that gets to me, Drift, and it's the same thing that I think irks a lot of Liverpool fans when it comes to Jota playing through the middle, is you see when Origi's playing, unless he scores or assists, he doesn't really contribute to the game. And again, that's not their fault. That's what a traditional striker did or does. Sometimes
that's what I was going to say. We're getting too used to Firmino, I think, on that one.
I don't think we are. And I think it was you and KG speaking about this on one of the Thursday shows. Shout out to KG about sometimes you just let strikers be strikers. I think those days are gone, bro. And we're seeing that with Man United at the moment with Ronaldo. Ronaldo is as out-and-out striker as it gets. But you see that even though he scores goals, it comes at a detriment to the rest of the team, which is why I do think you need a hybrid nowadays. If you're going to be a top team, a hybrid of a player who can put the ball in the back of the net, but can also link up play as well. So I don't think it's a Firmino thing. I think it's a modern game thing. You look at Lewandowski, who I think has been the best striker in the world for maybe the last 18 months. He can do both. You look at Harry Kane, who I think is the second best striker. He can do both. Luis Suarez, he can do both. Like, I don't think there's a coincidence. Haaland, I think he can do both. Maybe not to the level of the other 3, but he can do both. Vlahovic is starting to show he can do both. So I don't think it's just a case of you need an out-and-out striker. And again, just to say anyone, I get you, it could be down to systems, but again, we see Man United's system is catered, and maybe it's a bad example because Man U have got Oli at the wheel, but everything is catered to, sorry, Benzema's another one. Benzema brings bare man into play. I don't think it's a case of system. It's the only team I think that can get away with playing an out-and-out striker is probably Man City because of how good they are with the ball and how well they keep possession. Apart from that, I don't know if there's another team in England who could do it. Because even Lukaku at Chelsea, there's an argument to say it weren't really working for them.
No, I hear that, and I'm rebuttaling it in in a devil's advocate kind of way more than I'm saying you're wrong, because I know you're not wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? But I feel like Origi can press. So if we need that, there's no problem. He's athletic enough and he's intelligent enough to listen to what he's told and do what he's told. And if Klopp tells him, I see him do it anyway. When he comes on and he's up for it, he does it. He drifts out wide a lot, which obviously I think is part of his natural. Just being at Liverpool, it's like how he's used to playing because he's always played all over the place. But like the Everton game in the 1920
sorry
season.
to cut you, Drift. Sorry, really sorry to cut you. I'm just going to read this super chat now. I just want to address something real quick. M Shack says Arsenal just 2 points behind us. They are indeed. Yeah, you see this stuff today. I'm on a Kevin Samuels thing today. Any more of this from yourself, introvert audio? You're out, bro. Like I'm on that vibe today. Like so that's a marker to everyone. If you drop in comments like that, you're gone. All right, cool. See you later. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Where was I? Yeah. So the linking up play thing, I think you can only learn that when you're playing all the time. Do you get what I mean? And again, I know everyone's going to think that I'm sticking up for Origi, and maybe I am, but I don't. I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can, but just be fair in the argument. And I do it with everybody. I don't want people to forget that if you don't play regularly, it's very hard for those type of things to happen. Now, I was having a conversation yesterday with someone, and they made a great point that they feel like the reason why Jota has come into the team and looked better than Origi, whether you think Origi is better or you think Jota's better, whatever, is that Jota came from playing consistently for Wolves for a few seasons and getting that development at that age, and Origi hadn't. And then that was why when Jota came to Liverpool, he was already in a run of form over the last couple of seasons where he was ready to take that step up, and he just continued that progression. And playing as kind of like a second striker / wide forward in the Wolves team helped him to learn his game. And it made me remember like what Wenger would do with players like Henry, Walcott, where he would play them out wide for a little while so they could develop other abilities and then bring them back centrally, and then they could take their finishing plus what they learned while they were developing wide. And he did that with those players when they were young. And there's loads of other examples that obviously I can go through, but I'm not going to. And I feel like it's a little bit unfair when people don't realise that part of Origi's development he never got to have. But he's got the ability that even at 25, 26 years old, I still think he's young enough to learn it now if somebody put their arm around him and really just went, do you know what? I trust you. I believe in you. Now, I know he probably won't get that at Liverpool, which is why I'm okay with him moving on. Reluctantly, and I will be upset. You lot all know there's no hiding. I'll be devastated because I love the kid. But if he went to a Dortmund or a Leipzig or one of those type of clubs now where they play ball and a manager proper put his arm around him, I think he's got everything you need to teach him to be what we're saying. I do. I've seen elements of his hold-up play. He did a beautiful bit of hold-up play the other day for Nico Williams in the League Cup. Again, the opposition isn't great, but the ball came to him, held it, did a little backflip, went through, and he should have squared it to Minamino, but he went for the shot. But that's a little example of hold-up play that Origi can do that. So if you develop it and you work on it, I think he could be good at it. He is good with his back to goal. If you go through his catalogue, there are a lot of goals where he receives the ball with his back to goal and he spins and scores because he knows where the goal is. He's a natural goal scorer. Arsenal, do you remember the scissor kick he scored in the League Cup against Arsenal where the ball came to him and he had his back to goal and he flicked it and just scissor kicked it? Like, he knows where the goal is, bro. Like, he can do that type of stuff. Firmino is an elite level footballer at what he does. When it comes to the false 19, maybe Benzema is the only person who you could go, yeah, he's better than Firmino, or he's on that level. He's an elite level false 9, yeah? And I think we've become so accustomed to Firmino that we're worried if we don't have a player like that. But even for variation, Cal, I said to you yesterday, I still think Firmino should be the number 1. But when we need Origi, he's an option, he's different, change it up. But Bobby can't play 85 minutes and he's having a bad game. That don't make no sense, bro. Yeah. Okay. And you know, with Bobby, you can kind of tell by half time what kind of game Bobby's having. Bobby's not one of them switch it on and off guys. Bobby's either on it or he ain't. Do you know what I mean? You
He
can tell
quickly
by the
find
50th minute whether Bobby's on it or not. Why can't Origi get 35 minutes? Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and these are the little things that are just annoying me a little bit about the way Klopp's doing the favouritism. Like yesterday, you lot were bang on. He really should have brought Tsimikas on for Robbo with half an hour to go, brought Origi on, in my opinion, for Mo. But Jota, if you want to put the fact that Mo can score a goal out of nowhere. And then because they're on the low block, let that pinpoint accuracy crossing from Tsimikas baffle them because they know we're always going to go down the right with Trent. If Simi comes on, now we got both. And now they got to be a little bit more alert and a little bit more stretched. And then Origi can be a target man in the middle. And he did it. Yeah. He came on yesterday and he scored a goal off of scraps. That was scraps he created that goal out of. That was nothing.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's what he's capable of. Why didn't Tsimikas come on yesterday for half an hour, man? Robbo's crossing was poor. His crossing yesterday was so poor. And Tsimikas can go left or right. When he gets to the byline, if he knows that he can't whip that left foot in, he'll come back on that right and deliver on almost as good a ball on the right foot, bro.
Shall I be honest with you? So I'll just cut you there, Drift. You see, Tsimikas, we keep on saying he could have been brought on to replace Robbo. I might get shot down for this comment, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it with chest. And again, no shade on Minamino here. Instead of bringing on Minamino, we could have brought on Tsimikas and left Robbo on. And you say to Robbo, right, you just do your left back thing. Simi, you push forward and you just get crosses in. If that's what we're going to do, play them both there. Have natural width on the left-hand side. Trench your natural width on the right-hand side. And that way, Mo, Mane, and Origi can all pack the box at the same time and not have to worry about going out wide because you've got enough man to do that now. We could have done that.
That's a fair point. And Tsimikas actually knows how to defend, meaning that we wouldn't be weak on the left because he naturally knows how to come and cover on the left because obviously he's a left-sided player. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, bro. That is actually not a bad idea at all, bro. Because Tsimikas and Robbo would make a strong left-sided part of the pitch.
I'm not saying to start like that, by the way. I never want to see us start a game like that. But you see, when we're in need of a goal, do it.
And a lot of people that are saying that Robbo's done. That's winding me up so much, bro. Bro, it's getting on my nerves, bro. Robbo is one of the best crosses in the league. It was what was one of the attributes that we loved him for. He's out of form, guys. You're allowed to be out of form. You can't turn around now and tell me that after 4 years, Robbo is done. He's only, 28? And the thing is, for Scotland the other day, he had 2 amazing games in the last international break. Maybe there's something about the Liverpool team where there's a bit of pressure or they played differently at Scotland. Maybe it woke him up a bit and he got excited because he's like, oh, something new. Because remember, it can get tedious when you're doing the same thing over and over again. And that brings me to something I wanted to quickly talk about before I forget, Cal.
So really quickly, introvert audio, apologies accepted, all water under the bridge. Let's move. Go for it.
Yeah. Cool, man. Klopp. Could he be losing motivation? And not because he's a loser, not because he's a Mourinho or nothing like that. When you're in a situation where no matter what happens, you know you've always got to just keep on pulling diamonds out of coal, you can lose your motivation, Cal. You really can. Like, if I told you, every day when you get home from work, you've got to cook. It doesn't matter whether wifey's been home all day, an hour before you, or you get home at the same time. You've got to cook. And you're a stiffler for home-cooked meals. You hate takeaway. And every day you're coming home knackered and you're realizing, I've cooked for 5 months every day for 5 months. Bro, there's going to come a point where you're just going to buy takeaway. You're going to be like, I'm not doing this anymore. I know I don't like takeaway. I know it's not good for me. And that is you kind of giving up because you know you don't like it. You know it ain't healthy and you know you don't want your kids to eat it. But for 5 months now, you're fed up. You've had arguments. You've told her she ain't doing nothing about it. Yeah. Eventually, you're just going to start bringing takeaway home, bro. You're going to drop all your principles and all your effort, and you're just going to start bringing takeaway home because you're just fed up. And I feel a little bit like that's Klopp with his motivation to keep on getting these diamonds out of Cole, or not necessarily Cole, because we have great players. He just has to turn them into world beaters. But this whole thing where he never gets to refresh the squad. When we were looking at the squad yesterday, somebody in the super chatted in, Jota was the only player playing yesterday that was any different from the team that was in the 2019 Champions League final. When you really deep that for a moment, you go, but that's just not good enough. Not at the top level. That's not good enough. And that's not because the players that are already here are crap, bro. That's because they even might need that freshness, that little boost, that little something different. And I'm going through all the teams, Cal. All the teams. Even the teams where their fans tell me they don't spend money, their owners are rubbish and rare. And I'm going through all their teams, Cal, and I'm like, bro, they've got about 5 or 6 players since that time. They've got about 9 players since that time. They've got about 5 players since that. And I'm like, raw. Other than Thiago, who obviously has just come back from an injury, other than Jota, why is that the only new player we've got from 3 years ago?
Well, no, we've got new players, but they're not necessarily
of proper
starters.
significance. Yeah. Real significance then is probably the better way to put it. Because, you know, I mean, obviously Minamino,
Ibu,
and
Simicast as well. So we have signed players.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Why have we not got like them? And again, those type of players they're still the diamonds from Cole. Do you get what I mean? Like, we all know that Simicast is the man now. But at the time, I wanted, what do you call it?
Lewis.
I wanted Jamal Lewis, bro.
No,
I can't even front on it, bro.
I didn't. I was so happy we didn't get Jamal Lewis.
No, you were. I remember you were. But I wanted Jamal Lewis, bro. More fool me, bro. But do you get what I mean? And again, Simi was only, what, 8 million or whatever it was?
11. It's about 11.
Same different. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, not a crazy amount.
Same thing. Ibu, he's a development project. I ain't got no issue with him. The kid looks like he's going to be a star. But he's a 22-year-old. We got him because there was a buyout clause for 30-odd mil. And he's a development. We didn't go and get the ready-made Varane, who, regardless of whether I think he's better than Matip or not, because he's not, he's still more ready for Klopp now than Ibu is. There's no debating that. Do you get what I mean? And he only costs like 10 mil more. But they were like, no, you got to get the project. We got to think the future. Well, you got to get the project. And for me, I feel like Klopp might just be getting a little bored of this, you know, Cal. I can't lie. Like, he looks unmotivated in interviews. He looks a little like, I don't know, during games, he feels a bit lethargic with his decision-making. Like, I don't know, like, he feels a bit fed up to me, bro. I don't know if I'm overlooking into it, but, like, he looks a bit fed up, man.
I don't think he looks like he's lacking motivation. I do think there is underlying frustration, though. So, shall I tell you what's difficult, though? Because obviously we all know when Klopp's contract ends. So it's not like we can sit here and be like, oh, if he doesn't extend his contract, then we know he wasn't happy, because the rhetoric and it's already written, isn't it? We already know when his contract ends. If he were to extend his contract and stay beyond what we consider him to be staying, then we know he's fully happy or he's been promised something from the board. And again, this is me completely guessing. What I feel that has happened was Klopp thought, right, we're never going to be a Man City or Chelsea in terms of spending, but if I need something, I should be able to get it because of what I've done since I've been here. And I think there was a frustration, a massive frustration in January. And again, I don't think Klopp would admit it. I think there's a frustration in the summer as well, because you saw how snappy he was in interviews, and I think sometimes you have to read between the lines of what someone says. It's like, all right, Drift, if you were to ask me, Cal, how's your day going? And I was like, yeah, I hated my day today. It was terrible, but I'm smiling.
I'm not even gonna lie, but I'll be like,
yeah, like what's
we need to figure out what's. Is there a gun behind the camera, bro?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But like, if you ask me, is my day all right? And I'm like, yeah, no, my day was sick, bro. Yeah, I had a really good day. You'd be like, well, perk up a bit. Let us like what happened, but
No, I think you're being sarcastic, straight up.
but you get my point. Though,
Yeah.
like,
If you was like, nah, yeah, my day was amazing, bro. It's amazing. I'll be like, okay, something's gone wrong. He's being sarcastic.
yeah,
Yeah, somebody pissed him off today.
yeah. But you get what I mean. It's just that,
Yeah,
like,
100%.
you'd be like, bro, what's so? I think sometimes you have to look at what Klopp's saying, not just the surface level, but look a bit deeper. And again, I don't think Klopp's a greedy manager. He's not like, and I'm not even trying to put other managers down by saying this, but he's not like a Mourinho or a Pep, where if he doesn't get what, or a Conte, if he doesn't get exactly what he wants, he won't sort of be flexible. We saw he wanted Zielinski, got Genie instead. He wanted Brandt, got Salah instead. So he'll be flexible. He trusts his scouting team and he trusts his recruitment team. But I think even he knows deep down that midfield was going to be a problem this season. And I think that leads perfectly onto this comment here by We Know O. The whole false nine nonsense is a consequence of less technical midfield. If the midfielders actually create rather than run around, then the striker will be required to score. And that leads me on to the next point, Drift, because we have not replaced Coutinho. We simply haven't. And
every time I see Rafinha, it really reminds me of that fact.
Yeah. And it's like, maybe, like, I think Wino's got a point. And that's the first time I've really looked at it like that is, wow, so he's right. Like, the reason why Bobby's having to come so deep is because there's not a man who could thread that ball to him. And he can stay a further 10 yards up the pitch. And Mane and Salah could stretch the play even more. Because he's got to come back and he's got to link up play because there's not a central midfielder we've got that can do that. And that's not a slight on our midfielders, just not their characteristics. I think Keita could do that, but he's got to be fit and he's got to be informed. But apart from that, raw. I say Keita and Matt jumps in. Raw.
That is way too ironic.
Raw.
Did someone say Keita?
That is
I'm
way
here.
too ironic.
I'm here.
Oh my
I heard you
days.
say Keita and I was like,
Nah.
I'm not even gonna lie. Matt come like Candyman, you know, bro.
I just heard Naby and I was
Nobody
like,
say
"Raw."
man like Matt in the mirror 5 times because it would
it's a
just turn
wrap.
up and dumpy your
Raw.
clot.
What's going on,
No,
man?
it's
No,
scary, not too
no,
bad,
I'm
brother.
here. I'm from what I heard, because I heard like the last like 5. I was just setting up, and I think you guys hit some very valid points, especially what Drift was saying as well. I'm not even going back into it, but I think Drift hit some real valid points in regards to Klopp. But I'll let you carry on, Carl, regarding like the false nine thing and about Naby Keita potentially and all that. Like what you finish off what you're gonna say, bro. I don't want to interrupt. Apologies.
Yeah, no, I think that needs to be looked at, and I think we need to look at our midfield because right now our midfield isn't where it needs to be, and I think that's having a massive effect on the rest of the team. And you only have
you
to
was
look
talking
at,
about the Coutinho, bro. You was talking about that. Yeah.
and we don't
Coutinho,
have
yes.
that creative midfield. And again, we spoke about Robbo's crossing yesterday, how bad it was. In the first 10 minutes, Robbo put in 2 crosses, both hitting the penalty spot. And those are counted as misplaced crosses or bad crosses because a West Ham defender cleared it.
But it's a good cross.
But it's a brilliant cross.
Fix, man.
Frank Lampard back in the day, Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes in his earlier years, Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno Fernandes. Them man are on the penalty spot or about to arrive in the box to hit that ball. Where, and again, I'm not even trying to pick out names, but as our most advanced number 8, Ox wasn't there. And again, I've watched the footage back a few times. Ox was the nearest person to it, but he wasn't switched on enough to get in that position.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a couple people saying Thiago's not a number 10. He used to play there when he was younger, but he's not a 10 now. He's a dictator. He's an orchestrator. We don't need him in that position. I think we lose a lot from his game, him being in that position.
I think he can play there, Cal, in an emergency. I ain't got the biggest problem with him playing in there in an emergency because I think if he's on the edge of the box, he will create. But I get what you mean. That's not his forte.
But as an emergency, yeah. But it makes me ask the question, what type of midfielders do we need to go for? Because I still think we need 2 central midfielders. I think we should have got one in the summer. I think we should get one next summer. Obviously, now we need 2 in one window, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So before I ask the question, I'm going to read out some super chats. But the question I'm going to ask both of you, just as to preempt it, is what type of midfielders do we need? And let's look at about 3 players and kind of chop it up and see. So I'm going to read the super chats. I'll let you guys simmer on that for a sec. just going to read some of the super chats. Star Dazen says, why doesn't Klopp switch to a 3-5-2 to bulk in midfield? I think he should, and I fully agree with that. I really do think he should. Jamrock says, oh no, that's from Lord Walker says, loyalty can instill confidence, believing Klopp in quotation marks. I think that's a bit tongue-in-cheek there by Lord Walker. Geordie T says, currently watching while I'm at work because bun them, man. Graduated college.
Man said, bun them, man, you know.
Graduated college, handed in my notice and got offered a job at a bank in the last year. Your streams helped to get through tough times. Thanks, guys. Geordie T,
big up, man.
Congratulations, bro. All the best in the new role and hope it's all going well. Thank you for the kind words. Khalid says, midfield is the issue. Fix midfield with signings. We go on a run. Star Dazen said, Robbo this season has been bang average / bad. Facts. He has. Lord Walker says, Klopp has had pitfalls, but we all show him loyalty.
What's going on with my...
Yeah, definitely. We have to show Klopp loyalty. Tahir says, Philly squad, these players are being burnt out. I'm going to get to that point as well, because I don't think we have as thin a squad as we're led to believe. I just think Klopp's not playing some of the players. Teenage Mutant Ninja Skirtles. we know Origi when he plays a run of games together is very good. 15-16 Origi showed that he's good if you trust him. Hashtag free my man Origi. Jamrock says Taki was fine, should have played closer to Origi. Yeah, all right. Maybe I should have been clearer. I don't think Taki had a bad game. I'm just saying I would have gone Tsimikas and overloaded the left-hand side for crosses if that was our game plan. But I don't think Minamino did anything wrong when he came on. Rahil says Klopp's one weakness is tactical flexibility and in-game management. User right. Sometimes old school, good crosser and striker on might as well. Agreed. Jamrock says Taki and Origi in a 2 with Taki being support striker. I think we'll have to try it when
it does well in the League Cup, to be fair.
Yeah, and we have to try it with the AFCON. We'll have to try it.
It does actually work well. If them man there have got a good couple goals between them in the League Cup playing together, so yeah.
The drift that Jota narrative is a lie, fam. You know that. This is also Jamrock following up saying not you lying, but the super chat about Jota. I don't think that super chat came through to us because I've not seen a super chat.
No, when I was saying it from yesterday. I mean, Gemma, it's not a lie though, bro. Like, Joe has been able to develop over the last few seasons and play. And I mean, just explain why you feel like that's a lie, bro. Like, that's one of the reasons why I loved Joe and I was happy we were getting him. I'd watched his development and I knew he was a baller. Like, I do feel like he got to develop while Origi was left on the bench stagnant. I mean, if you explain why, then obviously I'm willing to listen. But I don't really think that super chat was a lie, personally.
Yeah. Tahir Qureshi said Klopp said he didn't want new players. It's his fault. He said that in public. Don't know what was said behind closed doors. Jamrock says, so why not get a different midfielder than Thiago last year? I don't think you can pass up the opportunity to get Thiago, but again, it kind of goes back to the ambition as well. If you get Thiago, can you stretch the boat? Can you push the boat out and get someone else if that's not all you need?
Yeah, Thiago's available.
Was talking about that Jota was the only person who came in. No, Cal already addressed that, Jamba, and we realised obviously Tsimikas and Thiago obviously did come in Ibu, but like it's still kind of real that though he was the only one on the pitch though, which is still a bit mad that like 3 years later, the only person playing in yesterday's game on the pitch at the beginning was Jota, which is still kind of mad if you think about it. 3 years later, it's still 95% the same team, but I get what you mean, yeah.
Messi FC says, I'm such a big fan of the channel. I rewatch episodes after the fact. Cal's Gigs impressions are like Bobby in 17-18. I feel for Gerard FSG. I don't see Gerard coming under FSG.
I do, but I worry about it.
I don't see it happening. Zabiri says, bless my G's. Matt, how you been? A lot of absence lately. Zane in. How you copy?
What can I say, man? I'm on the transfer list right now. These
man, treating you like Dubot right now, bro.
They're treating me like Nabi, fam. They're telling me I've got to, do my thing. If not, I might be sold. So you know, I'll see how it goes. No, I'm all blessed, man. I'm all blessed, man. I'm all.
Cal,
blessed.
you copied my salute at the end of the match reaction. I was ready to fill in. What did I do? Did I do that to salute at the end? I can't remember.
I can't remember. Still,
I can't remember. Lord Walker says, imagine Coutinho, Fabinho, and Thiago. # bring back magician.
I'm all for that. I know Cal is completely against it, but
he's done. Coutinho ain't that guy anymore.
He probably isn't. I think I'll be honest with you.
He's done.
As good as he used to be, he ain't the same. Like, as much as we wanted to kind of be that same guy, Jiff, he's not. You know, he's not, and it hurts.
I would take. You lot got me choking. I would take 50.
That's all tearing up and that. Yeah.
I would take a 50% Coutinho for an ounce of creativity. I can't lie.
All right, shall I tell you? I'm gonna keep going on about this player.
Stats up in a minute. You're gonna fall.
Yeah, but remember, guys, Barca are all over the shop. It's not really fair to judge him on that, man.
No, it is, bro. It is, bro.
No, bro, they're all over the shop, Cal. Come on, Barcelona are an absolute mess, man.
If we want someone, in my opinion, that can play in a midfield three and can also have the tactical flexibility to play out wide or either or, I'm going to keep saying this name over and over again until we get him. We're never going to get him because he's going to cost too much money. Nkuku from Leipzig.
When I watch Nkuku play, man, he looks like a forward to me, bro.
Okay, so he was originally a 10/8. That's his natural position. But you know, Marsh has tweaked his position this season.
He looks out and out right now, bro. Like he's the one playing right down the middle, bro.
He even played full snap, but bro, here's the thing: he's can play in any position. He would be Klopp's dream sign. You know, like a dream signer where you think, what would Klopp like from a player? Someone who's very athletic,
he does look good. I can't lie.
And
he does look
technically, he's there, and tactically, he's there as well. Bro, I'm telling you, the guy's a machine.
So would you rather buy him than like a Dybala?
Yes, I would.
Fair dude.
I would. And Nkuku's serious. Another player people are wouldn't say sleeping on, because obviously he's been good, and even probably watched him in the Euros. If you can't get one out and back, which is never going to happen, what about someone like, I don't know, Barella from Inter Milan? And these money. I was just about to say, though, here's the thing, though. Here's the problem. Every time like we say a player that's probably really, really special, got something about them, the first thing we always do is he's too much.
Yeah,
do you know how sad that is?
We have to turn into Finance FC.
We have to always like rein it back, and then we start spitting out names like flipping Cantwell. No disrespect, but I just hate it. I actually hate this.
Don't even sleep on that, you know. A Norwich relegation plus his contract is up. Do not sleep on Cantwell being who we get. I'm not even joking.
He'll probably be Oxy's replacement.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. And I think Cantwell is all right. But if that's the level...
If there's one midfielder you all could take for this up-and-coming summer transfer window, or even January, who do you pick, Gift?
It'd be Basuma.
Yeah, January Basuma, 100%.
I'd
drive down to Brighton myself, bro.
Do you know what?
Get him sugar donuts, I get him candy floss and whatever else he wants from the pier, bro.
I'd even rent whatever big boy whip he likes to drop him in the whip of his choice. I'll go rent one.
He's gonna have to come in the Fiesta still.
I know Nkuku has played a lot more in the front three.
Hey, just push the seat back for more space, big man.
He's gonna have to see the Fiesta.
You man are silly.
You can't push your too far back because I've got a baby seat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, mind the baby seat. I got a little man in the back still. Mrs. had to go work.
You man are silly, I mean? I swear down. What's it? Oh, you made me look. I was gonna say it now. Flipping. Yeah, I'm torn between Nkuku and Basuma because
has my cup got a crack
as much as I rate Basuma, Nkuku's different, you know, in terms of what he offers.
So here's the thing, Matt. Why not both?
I'd love both, but as we just realized, we've got to pick one because we are. I won't even call it. Should we not call ourselves Liverpool no more? Should we just call ourselves FSG LC or something? Because we're not really.
No, we should call ourselves what's his name? Ben Affleck. Because we're the accountants, remember?
Boom, boom. All right, I'm going to ask you guys a question in a second. I want to see if you think I'm chatting rubbish or if you think it's a decent idea or if it makes sense what I'm saying. I'm going to read out a couple more super chats and then do it. LTAB says, why don't you see Gerrard with FSG? I just don't think. I think he, again, this is pure speculation. I don't think he'd want to be working under those restraints, knowing how much pressure he would be under. He'd be under 10 times more pressure than any other Liverpool manager if he comes. He has to succeed if he comes. So I think he'll want everything as close to having everything ready and waiting for him to come in than having to do the whole sell to buy rather than being able to go out and have a little bit of free reign. John Conway, good evening, Cal, Matt and Drift. Cal, here is some money towards the new Liverpool away shirt. John, humbling, bro. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, bro. Love
John,
that,
really appreciate that, man. Bless you.
Love, bro.
Jamrock says Klopp wouldn't play that 8. That isn't a workhorse. That was a little shade there, Jamrock, but I can't even rebuttal it at the moment. Do you know what Jamrock's just done? You know when you see your ex with your rival and he just walks past, says, "You weren't giving her the pipe good enough, big man. Man's taking over still." C1 London says, "Big up the panel. I love the show as a rival fan, but serious question: to Shamey or Gravenberch?"
To Shamey's decent from Monaco.
Yeah,
I prefer Gravenberch.
I
I think he can do more.
I think he's more complete. To Shamey's very good though.
He is very good.
Says, I quit blaming on FSG last year when Bobby was delivering fresh poo performances and Origi wasn't getting a game, and this season Tsimikas is suffering. Again, I agree. Klopp's got to shoulder some of the blame. Zubiri says, on a serious note, why isn't the show titled Origi and the sensation finishing? Drifty, you too nice. We should be raving until Matt ends his contract still.
Hey, Cal was in charge today. Yeah.
The people that want my contract to just run up, you know.
What is it? Bosman ruling. And
they don't even want man to renew, fam.
Man in the tree, man, like Nathaniel Klein, you know.
Man just got let out of the back door. Clown was horrible.
Cal, have you see this Pimp in the super chat? Will you be able to get it back up? Because I just got to show you this one.
I'll read it now. Then I'll read it and come back to Akash.
Okay, cool.
Evening, guys. Have to mention Manchester Derby to cheer us all up. Best stat circulating on socials is Man United had more shots on target on their own goal than on City.
Is that real? Oh my days.
David De Gea had to be peak De Gea.
Lindelof nearly scored an own goal as well, isn't it?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Wan-Bissaka almost did as well. It's just
somebody tell me what he does. This has got to be comment of the day. Man said he's actually added a Liverpool accountant to his resume. I'm not gonna lie.
If you've done that, you're a G.
That is some gangster shit right there. But to be fair, he's not lying. He's not lying. If he sits down in a job interview and they say, so on here it says Liverpool accounting, he can pull the receipts out. He can actually pull out the receipts. Man's not even lying.
For real. Akash says Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, West Ham, Man United, Leicester in that order to finish in the league. Could be right. I still think Liverpool finished second, but if that happened, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, so this was a point I was going to make, guys. All right, so you see, as things stand, Trent is our biggest creator, and he's a player that teams target a lot because often I won't say he's out of position. He's in the position that Klopp wants him to play, but he often doesn't get back in quick enough. So teams are able to overload on that side. Plus, defensively, he's not absolutely fantastic defensively. So check this, guys. You see the left-hand side of the field. So the left of the 3 midfielders.
Yeah.
Should that be the most advanced midfielder? So, we started with Elliot, and Elliot was the most advanced midfielder, but Elliot was playing from the right. And even though we were keeping clean sheets, we still did look susceptible to being attacked on that side. Is it not better to play the most advanced player on the left-hand side That way, you've got Robbo who covers better defensively than Trent, and you've also got Mane who does more to defending than Salah does on that side. Even though Salah's improved on that this season, Mane still does more. And then on the right-hand side, you have a more defensive-minded, like a Basuma, like a Henderson. That way, Trent is allowed to have that freedom without having to get back as quickly. Or the players can shift over and make a 3 at the back with Robbo, Virgil, and whoever else is on the right-hand side to cover yourself. And then Fabinho can tuck in as well. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that works? Do you think it doesn't?
Shall I tell you something? In my opinion, that's quite simple. I even brought some pictures to talk about it. Are you man ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big up. Who is it that I got them from? Big up Premier League
Ethan?
panel.
Okay.
No, not even Ethan. Premier League panel. Listen to this now. Look at this right
what?
Jeez. All right, cool. Say
Man came with the arrows, football manager thing.
No, but this weren't me though. Big up Prem panel. This weren't me. So I
Shout
can't
out
take
the old
credit for
school
that.
man named Championship Manager.
Right, this is my type of stuff.
Look at Wijnaldum's positioning, and I'll read it out for the people just in case you can't see it, but I'm sure you can. Atlanta have just won the ball back, and Wijnaldum is in position to cover for Henderson moving out wide and stop the encountering. Wijnaldum's positioning, is so central to how we played last season that any kind of attack that broke down already showed you that he was already alert and thinking about the next move just in case. We don't have a midfielder that even thinks like that right now. And just like how Cal's pointed out, that's on our right-hand side. Genie mainly operated. In fact, tell a lie.
No, Genie usually operated on the left.
On the left, but what's so mad is, though, Genie has the tactical intelligence, though, to switch sides when need be. I'm going to show you something else. Look at this one here. You see yesterday with Bowen, when Bowen was running straight through. Do you guys, obviously, of course everyone remembers. Wijnaldum is literally pretty much thinking, I can smell KDB. I can sniff him.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure if this ball goes to him, I'm right on him. No one was doing that yesterday. What was even more alarming yesterday is that they were even closer. There were 3 men around him and no one decided to do anything. Next one.
Sorry, I've got to cut you. I can't cut you, Matt. I think the contract's getting renewed still. Zabiri says Matt wants his back pay. Okay, well done.
Zabiri, it's all love. It's all love. Big up you lot, man. This is from obviously from yesterday, Look at the difference. When you remember, I just showed you Wijnaldum. Exactly. This is what I was gonna say, bro. This is a hard watch. And I know we don't like singling people out, but this is something new. I think if we can, we should try and isolate and just try and talk a bit more in depth if we can, because these are things that even I didn't even realize. Like there's times when I would defend someone and be like, no, it's not his fault. But here's a clear sign of ball watching. My man, look where Robbo is. Can you guys see where Robbo is?
Yeah. No,
and look at Ox. Ox
no, I can't even see Robbo. Where is Robbo?
No. So behind Bowen, that's Robbo, you know.
Is that Robbo?
Oh,
that's
what,
Robbo.
the guy above Introvert's name, yeah?
Yes,
is
yes,
that Robbo there?
That is
Lord
Robbo,
have mercy.
bro.
And that's Trent behind Henderson, right?
Yeah. And here's the joke, though.
Hell.
Not. I mean, obviously, we don't have a clip, but it would have been nice to have seen Ox maybe think, do you know what, Robbo might be in trouble because we just have seen an attack breakdown. Let me run in there. Now, here's the last one.
But he's thinking hamstrings, bro.
Do you not remember this? We probably won't, yeah? Obviously, this is the counter-attack. Foden's penalty. Look at our midfield there and there. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. Everyone is past their attackers. That is alarming. Look where Henderson is. Look where Jones is. And the guy to the left, I can't even tell whether that's Fabinho. I can't remember who that even is. Yeah,
It's Fabinho. It says
it's Fabinho, bro. Fabinho and Jones and Henderson, look how far ahead they are.
And they are actually a bit too bunched together as well.
But
I know when you play the tight spaces, you do have to make sure there isn't a lot of room in between you. But it can't all be to just one side of the pitch like that, though, man. That is a bit mad. And they're not in the triangle; they're just in a line.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. They're not in a triangle. And I'll go back to flipping Wijnaldum's one again. Bro, look at Wijnaldum in this first picture, bro. It is so key. It might look basic, but it's so key. My man's already thinking about the space in behind that they could potentially run into. My man's thinking, no, I've got to run back in there. We see, here's the thing. All the people that are cussing Genie, Gini Wijnaldum might not be David Silva. Gini Wijnaldum might not be Kevin De Bruyne. Gini Wijnaldum might not be a 20 penalty a season merchant like Bruno Fernandes. But one thing he is though, he's one of the most tactically flexible and intelligent players we've had in the under Klopp's era. And it's a shame we let him go and we never replaced him for someone of his quality and ilk. Instead, we've got people learning on the job, like your Curtis Jones, dare I say, even your Naby Keita, your Oxlade-Chamberlain, and dare I say it, to try and negate away from that fact. I don't know if, obviously, we do remember. Remember, Harvey Elliott was playing on that right-hand side, and he's not as tactically, obviously, nowhere near as astute
he's
as
the
Wijnaldum.
baby of the group.
No. But it was Klopp's way of trying to negate away from that. He's like, I need to find a different option, and maybe locked up the left-hand side a bit more. So we were always going to see a problem on that side when it comes to like later on down the line. It's just that he can only have Klopp's got the tools, but he hasn't got enough tools to do the job, in my opinion, at the highest level. And we can only hope that these are things that he can adjust on the training ground, and some players can actually take some of this on board. But yeah, that's my take from that still.
Drift, I don't know if you've got to the button, but I'm gonna do it, bro. Give me one sec.
Well, when your contract's on the line, you got to pull out some performances, bro.
Hey, Matt, you see when you're doing that tactical analysis, the table was rising and my hands were on the top of my head.
It's why we used to come in here a lot of the time and we'd be like, why are people saying that Genie never done anything, when you've got to watch more than the glory parts to understand what Genie did? And again, Genie weren't perfect. Every week he weren't pulling up 10 out of 10s. Every week he wasn't amazing, but the majority of the time he was doing what Matt just showed there. And me, Matt and Cal knew it. And that was why, for anyone in the chat that didn't, because there was lots of people who did, but for the people who didn't, we used to be like, guys, you've got to be able to know that Genie does more than what you think he does, because there's things that go unnoticed. And it goes back to the Alex Ferguson days when he had Darren Fletcher. Darren Fletcher was what our Genie was. He weren't flashy. He did all that stuff you're talking about. Kante, which is why he's the best in the world, is flashy, but does what you're talking about. Watches the danger, has the space, covers the ground. You have to have those men in your team. Yeah, you have to have those men in your team, man.
Yes, he says, corner taken quickly, Matt Origi.
You know what? Someone else says, is that you, Matt Carragher,
Yeah. Anfield Road just said, do you remember Desmond's? Go on, Machu. Aye, Matt, that was brilliant. And look,
it had to be said, because when I saw the midfield,
not even to shout, not even to pinpoint Jamie. I know Jamie's not Genie's biggest fan, and I don't think this was us trying to overhype Genie. I think this was showing that our current centre midfielders are not thinking proactively when it comes to defending. It's all reactive. Fabinho's the only proactive midfielder when it comes to defending. The rest are all reactive, which is why we end up busting a gut to save ourselves when we're defending from situations.
Why Virgil's got to put the burners on?
Yeah, like we shouldn't have to do it. Like top players sniff out that danger. And dare I say it, Milner is brilliant at it as well. You see when Milner plays in centre midfield and Robbo goes forward, there's never space in behind, isn't it? Milner shuts off that side ASAP. The moment Robbo goes forward, Milner's like, all right, cool.
He does.
Just step into there.
He does. Yeah, he does.
And he doesn't even think about anything else. He just says, I'm going to sit in there, because if we get countered, no one ain't coming down this side. And if you get
that's
past
why I
me,
love when Milner plays, other than when he's playing with Hendo, because I think the two of them doesn't work. But if it's Genie, if it's Hendo, if it's Milner, Fabinho, and somebody else, I'm completely okay with it. Like Keita, for example. If it was Naby, Milner, and Fabinho, I'll be completely okay with it.
There's certain combinations that we're finding a lot more so that it's just not working.
That statistic the other day that said that Keita, Henderson, and Milner have never lost a game and only conceded one goal together in like 16 games or something. Was a crazy stat. I'm not even gonna lie. So that's the midfield you would think is the most whatless out of all our midfield.
Yeah.
So that was going to be my next question.
Sorry,
so we all agree. We all agree Fabinho is our best defensive midfielder, right?
Yeah.
But if I was to tell you guys that our win record with Hendo in the 6 is higher than our win record with Fabinho in the 6, would that make you think, even though he's a superior player, for the sake of the system, should Hendo play there more often?
I don't know, because that's a tough one. Because when I watch it, the eye test tells me Fabinho's better there.
Yes, yeah.
But then if you're statistically telling me Hendo's better there, then I'm confused.
And here's where there's a lack of context there.
Yeah.
Because 2 games are different. For example, Fabinho would have played against Man City, Hendo might have played against Norwich. So even though it's one game each, they're 2 very different games. So that's where the context has to come in as well.
Yeah.
But do you think there's an argument there?
I also kind of feel like it's the combinations, though, because one thing it doesn't show you, like I just said a minute ago. So you see when Henderson plays, yeah, I want to know, for example, how many times he's played, like, for example, with like James Milner and Thiago or Curtis Jones and Naby Keita compared to Fabinho. Because I think, like what Drift said, I think it might have even been yesterday. It's about the combos just aren't working. So right now we're down to our bare bones. And this is the only combo we can put together. And it's probably one, if I say to you at the start of the season, would you pick this combo? You'd probably be like, nah, it's probably one of the ones that's just like low down. Because I'd say our best combination for winning just any football game, in my opinion, is Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago. I think if they're all fully fit and on form, they are the 3, closely followed with Naby Keita being the next person in line to be a part of that. That's what I will say. Am I lagging, by the way? Because I noticed my fingers.
You've been lagging for a while, but I didn't want to cut you off while you was on the roll.
All right. Let me.
This is Armando said you're 144p still.
Am I lagging?
You're not even lagging. You're just frozen now, bro. But to what you were saying, I agree. I think that is our best.
Lagged? Oh no!
No, it's you, bro.
Is it me? I just what?
I'm caught in 4K right now, bro.
Yeah.
What
you were saying is true, though, bro. What you were saying. Oh, you're back. You're back.
I think Monday Night Football probably shut your internet down when they saw you do better analysis than they do.
Still in it. Rupert Murdoch was like, "See these guys? They think they're big, you know."
Who got graphics on the screen? Cut him off! Cut him off now!
I agree with you on the combination, though, Matt. I think that is our best combination, definitely. I'm tempted, and as I said, I know you lot are gonna think I'm being wild, but I'm always a man who will roll with what's going on, and I won't just stay stubborn to the fact.
Try to fix this.
There is a little part of me that would be devastated at losing his leadership, but is slowly understanding that at his age, with his kind of injury record, Hendo being the backup number 6 and playing occasionally when needed in the 8 is something I'm starting to realize could have to be a reality. And again, not because I don't think he can't perform, but because I just think maybe for the better of the team, we might need a little bit more legs in there now. And it's one of the things I do worry about with Fabinho, bro. Like, I don't think he's slow, like to the point where and obviously he's a great tackler, but his lack of lateral movement does worry me sometimes when he can get beaten very easily because he can't get across the ground quickly. Fabinho's greatness is all about his anticipation and reading of the game. Yeah. But athletically, he can be outdone. Do you know what I mean? And we see it quite often, and you think, oh, shit, and you know he's not getting back. When he's done, he's done. You know he's out of the game, and you're like, it's kind of what I love about the Kantés of this world, where you can do him, but you better hurry up and make your mind on what you're doing, or he's going to get you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I keep on saying his name, Basuma. He's the one. He's the one.
Yeah,
he comes into this midfield, he transforms everything in my
I don't know if Basuma is as switched on defensively as what Gini used to be, but he definitely brings the legs into the midfield.
Nah, he is true. When you go back and watch his games, he's very switched on. But shall I tell you what he does that Gini didn't do? You see, if he's 25 yards out and he doesn't see an option for a pass, he'll whack it, bro. And he'll test the goalkeeper. He will test the goalkeeper. He will say, "Hold this, here it comes."
No, I love Basuma. He's the one I wanted in the summer. So,
yeah, I mean, a lot of people saying Kessie as well. I'll be honest, I think Kessie's good. I don't think he works in our system though.
I would take him if it was all we had.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. but he wouldn't be my first choice. And I know he's tempting because he's available on a free. But I just wouldn't.
Big up Ian.
Ian says, I'm a United fan. Things could be worse. At least you don't have McFred. Love the content, guys. Yeah, it's true. Still,
Thanks for putting it into perspective, Ian. Still, I'm not even going to lie.
A couple people in the comments are saying we need a controller. Could this man be the answer to that? Tillemans got a year left on his contract. I know Leicester might still ask for big money. Do we need another controller, especially if Thiago is going to miss portions of games?
Do you know what, bro? Yeah. There is something about Tillemans.
Yeah, you're not fully sold on. Shout out to Vinny from Icon Barbers. He's the same. He's not fully sold on Tillemans either.
But I know he's a baller. It is weird, Cal. It makes no sense to me. My brain, I can't even figure out why to be able to tell you why. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
There's just something there that
it's like the Lukaku thing. Is it a Belgian thing? Like, Lukaku's the same. Like, I know he's a bad boy goal scorer, but there's just something about him. I'm like, nah, Lukaku ain't it.
No, but there's it's obvious with Lukaku, though, because we see him stumbling. We see him with the lack of first touch. We see his decision-making. Like, so it's more obvious with Tillemans. You can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something there just saying, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't get it, bro. It's weird. I can't figure it out, bro. I have no idea.
Yeah. You're back now, Matt.
Am I back? I think I know what the problem. I think my wire might be done, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Somebody just brought me back. Of course, it's not a Belgian thing.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was holding that in the chamber still. Yeah. I was holding that in the chamber for you, Drift. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. A couple more super chats. I'm not gonna lie. It sounded like you're going for a wee just then, man.
Now I'm pouring a drink.
I know, but
Red Bull gives you wings. I should even promote them.
Hey, do you know what? Could this be a shout?
I would love Declan Rice at Liverpool, but it won't happen.
Would you want Declan Rice at Liverpool?
Do you think Declan Rice is the player that we need, though, Cal? Yeah.
I don't think
I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna.
Hey, you know what? Cal just wants to go East London, yeah, and raid up the place, bro. Man was bowing. Hey, what's going on, bro?
Listen, I'll tell you what it is.
Go on.
I'm not saying they're my first choice because Rice is my first choice. Bowen is my first choice. But you see, Rice, yeah. I think Rice could come in and be Hendo's long-term replacement.
You think he's got it like that in terms of he can evolve his game? Because he's evolving it this season.
And he's got leadership as well.
I like the fact that he's manned them. He knows how to have a good time. I like that.
All right, so let me ask you this then.
Coolio says Declan John off Rice for Liverpool. I won't go. Call him John off.
Let me ask you this, yeah. In terms of the way he's
definitely not Gunga, that's for sure.
No.
No, not Gunga, Pete. So, but we're talking about maybe we need something from an offensive point of view. So he even though what you're saying,
8 as well. So
no, he can. All right. Long-term replacement for Henderson, I kind of understand that. But if we're just talking about right now, in terms of as we always talk about breaking down a low block and adding some spice in our midfield, not just rice. We need actual spice to go with it. Yeah. Is he the guy though? Is he? Let me throw that back to you, Cal. So you got a low block, and your three midfielders are Declan Rice, Fabinho, and say, I don't know, on this day. No, take a Henderson for say we play West Ham 2 years from now.
Declan Rice in there. Make it yesterday's team, but it's Rice instead of Henderson.
Yeah. What are you saying about that, Cal?
In what sense?
How much better would it make us?
I don't get what I don't understand the question.
While Cal figures out how to skip past it, for me, I think Henderson's long-term replacement.
You're going to be waiting a long time, Drift. I'm not going to lie.
But it's Bellingham. For me, Hendo's long-term replacement is Bellingham. And again, unrealistic because he'll cost just as much as Rice would. But for me, Bellingham doesn't have the defensive flexibility
But
of
from
a
an attacking
Hendo,
point, he's
but he
different,
brings
though.
more
Yeah.
attacking wise than Hendo. Meaning,
He does,
if
yeah.
you balance the team up right, Bellingham can be the perfect blend in the middle. Do you get what I mean? Like Bellingham is like he's about to become one of the best box-to-box midfielders of their generation, innit?
In
You
the
know, one of them
world.
was like, we're just waiting for that moment where he fully arrives and he's matured. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, and the mango's changing colour. That's what he's doing right now, bro. We're just waiting till we can bust the ting, blood. Do you get what I'm saying? And then just like that's what it is, bro.
I would rather Bellingham over Rice, and it's not because Rice is bad, or it's just that what we actually need. If we're talking about Henderson replacement, like maybe 2 years from now, yeah, that's cool. But I think a greater, we've got more pressing matters, bro. Like we need an attacker from midfield that's got the ability to break a team down via his dribbling, his passing, his shooting. Because right now, we got players that do it on such an inconsistent level, we might as well not have them. And the only person, I know people are going to come at me for this, but when we are up against a low block, the only person I have faith to get past that low block, believe it or not, is Naby Keita, you know. Whether that's just because he takes more risks, and it's not always a good thing, because look what happens. Sometimes you take risks, you can be the reason of, we can see goals and whatnot. But other than that, Ox is like, and then Henderson very much is, I know, I see a low block. Let me see if I can do my central crosses that absolutely just don't.
Yeah, that's the only thing my captain wires me up with.
Yeah. And then you've got Thiago, who they just admire.
Yeah, Thiago ain't used to this shit either. You got to be real.
But Thiago's
he ain't
also
used to this shit.
He needs someone to kind of work with. Yeah, like how we would say like a crime partner. He needs like a crime partner to work with. So like,
well, he was on his last year of his contract and we didn't do anything about it. So
who was that?
Goretzka.
Yeah, I just wanted you to say the names. Couple super chats. Musa LFC 21 says, "What did you make of Trent's position in possession yesterday?" I liked it.
It was a bit strange,
but West Ham couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, it's true.
Trent played very well yesterday. He's unlucky when we got caught out in the counter, but you got to find the balance. And last season we had better, even though we had the injuries, we had probably better balance in our, as I showed, like in our midfield. And it's because of one man. Tactically, is kind of probably what. Remember, this man's from the Dutch school of football. Them man, they breathe tactics before they even kick ball. You see, like how they do, bro. Them man, they're like,
yeah, bro. When the wife is like, "Oh, he's kicking again," she don't mean just like pushing her foot against the thing. She means playing ball, bro. If she's having twins, there's ends all trimester. They're playing ends all trimester. Are you crazy? A poor woman probably don't even get no sleep. Them man are born to play ball, bro. It's different, bro. I'm not even joking. It is different. Them Dutchmen, they are born different when it comes to the football team. They're on another level, bro.
They've got, for me, tactically and technically, they are easily top three. Like just overall, what they've produced, like from generations of football.
But look at that Ajax academy. That thing's been spitting out ballers for like still doing decades, bro.
Them man there birthed some masters of the game.
Yeah. Speaking about Ajax, big up to whoever it was who put me onto Anthony. Oi.
Oh, Anthony. Yeah.
Oi.
Bro, he's good.
I can't remember who put me onto him, yeah. But for the last couple of weeks, yeah, I have been very impressed. Yeah, very.
He's very good.
Oi.
Baller.
Oi. I might be switching my attention. I don't care, bro. I might be switching my attention. That's all I'm saying. The kid has got it, bro.
Nah, he's very good. Crypto Nation says, "Damn, my respect for Matt right now has gone through the roof." Jamrock says, "Matt, that's not a personnel issue, aka Genie. Klopp has taken the shackles off a little this year. All the analysts have said the same, hence more goals."
My response to that would be, I agree with some of that in terms of the shackles being taken off, but I also kind of feel like as well, just because the shackles are taken off, it doesn't mean to say that you still can't be disciplined. And I think Genie Wijnaldum for me was that perfect blend of being disciplined. So even though the shackles weren't taken off as much as last season when he was there, even when there were times when he knew it, like for example, I know we don't want to keep going about, but look at the 18-19 against flipping Barcelona. He kind of defied his manager's orders and was like, I need to score goals. Just like how yesterday, I don't care if the shackles have been taken off. Still play with a tactical mindset. Still be smart. Just because the shackles are taken off. Don't mean you got to be gung-ho and bull watch.
Remind me after all the super chats to tell you lot what Klopp said, because it's kind of an argument we had yesterday.
But I hear what you're saying, Jam, and I wasn't even at you, by the way. It's just it's frustration, I think.
Geordie T says, do you think our fullbacks are overcompensating from their lack of attacking last year by attacking this year and losing their discipline?
Yes and no. I think they're more comfortable. Van Dijk and Matip are back.
Yeah, they play with a bit more. As literally what Jamot said, the handbrake is off a little bit more because they got the two best centre backs.
Yeah. LFC Aaron says Genie's a Dutch player, tactically switched on. Facts. Yes. AA says Robbo needs to evolve like Trent. Robbo still thinks this is 2019. By the way, Ox lost the ball 9 times in the first half. I think Klopp only plays him because of his wife. That's a bit harsh, that last bit.
I would just say Klopp probably plays him now because he hasn't got a choice.
Else.
Yeah, no one else.
John the Second, aka Y John, says Van der Beek. Ollie's got to find him before he can sell him, though, innit?
That's so true. I got one better though, Gravenberch. I know we probably will never get him, but Gravenberch, what a player!
Van der Beek is definitely scattered around in the basement. You know them ones.
What was that? Who goes there?
Put the light on. Light bulb just bust like right. I was coming, Donny. I was coming to say you can play, blood. Bob, I was coming to say, look, I ain't even got the tray with me this time. I wasn't just bringing dinner, bro. I was coming to say you can play, bro.
Bro, they're never gonna see you, man. It's crazy.
Always on point says, love the idea of getting Basuma, but is there any update on this pending case? Would FSG be comfortable doing business with this pending great show? That is the question. That's the elephant in the room.
That is.
No idea. But that's a very good point. And Cash says, guys, what do you think about McGinn from Villa? Hell of a player.
He is very. Do you know he's gone up in my estimation? I still think I prefer.
We can do better. We can do better.
He's a player.
He's decent.
You know what, guys, I've got one more.
Let me quickly read out these two.
Yeah. Read them out, and I'll get. It's the last one. It's the last one.
Biz, your honest opinion on Arsenal's progress this season? Youngest squad in the league, playing some really good stuff. Big up you, man. Black excellence. Big up to yourself.
Big
Biz.
up yourself, man. Big up, man.
Big up, man.
You got to call a spade, man. They're playing well.
Yeah,
you got to call a spade. I'm loving all the Arteta flip-flopping because ain't nobody who is Arteta out. They don't even want the conversation now. But if he makes one mistake, I done told you he weren't good enough. It's the flip-flopping on Arteta is a mazza. But you got to give credit where it's due. You have to give credit where it's due, man. I know their performances aren't great, but their results are they're 2 points behind us and they're above Man United in the table. Yeah. That is a mazza, bro.
Saying that
they've done a reverse Nuno, bro. Nuno got manager of the month, and then got sacked.
They spent the most amount of money though as well. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. And obviously 1 or 2 injuries, and then they might start underperforming again because they've got a full squad at the moment.
Yeah.
And all they were moaning about was they didn't have all their players, but they told us all last season that we didn't have an excuse when we didn't have any players. Yeah. The irony is ridiculous, but
trust me.
It's one of them ones.
Jamrock says he defied his manager's orders because he was PD wasn't playing. Genie listens to Klopp if he starts. I just think we would be in the same position. So here's the thing. So I agree and disagree. I think Genie is intelligent enough to know when to stay and when to go. For example, the Bournemouth goal when he received the ball from Robbo and he lobbed it over Begovic a couple of years back, 18-19 season. Again, he was playing discipline in that game, but he knew when to make the right run.
Yeah.
Roma game in the Champions League 17-18, when he came on the pitch for Ox, who got injured, unfortunately, he was the one that changed the game. Before that, Roma were in control, and he was the one that started making runs beyond the forwards and giving their midfield a problem because 100%. He saw something. Genie is very smart when it comes to football.
Remember the Cardiff game. Matt knows why we remember this game so well. We were 0-0 at half time, chasing the league, and he went up to Klopp at half time and said, "Yo, they're not marking me on the corners. Gaffer, get the ball to me." They're not picking me up. They don't see me as a threat. Let me punish this. And then whip the ball in, bang, he scored from the corner and we won the game. Milner got the second that killed off the game, but Gini was the one who got the important opening goal. And you know what I mean? You know why? And you know why, Jamrock, yeah? He was watching that Barcelona game on the bench and he was able to see where there was space and where the gaps were. So for 45 minutes, he got to analyze the game. So when he came on, he exploited what he'd already cashed in for 45 minutes and it worked.
Bro, and to add to that quickly as well, there's a reason why I can't remember what game it was, but Gini was playing false nine. He didn't play that well. But
it was away at Barcelona.
That's it. Klopp entrusted him to do it. Imagine that. A guy that normally plays CDM/CM has been entrusted to play a false nine because he knows, again, tactically, but I'd arguably say midfielder that we've had over the last how many seasons, he was easily the most tactically astute in terms of understanding his assignment. And then I'd even say now, if he was still here, other than maybe say Thiago, them man's footballing brains are on a different level. It's just that they are very different midfielders, though. Like Gini's so disciplined to his role. And maybe what it is as well, Jamrock, is that there were times, especially when we kind of felt like with him in general, he could have taken off that handbrake and he decided not to. Yeah. And I think that kind of went against him, but I will never hold that against him because it's so mad. Like some people, and I'm not even saying you, Jamrock, but some people don't realize until it's gone. And this leads me on to my last clip. All right, cool. You, man, you see this, what I'm seeing right here? There is 3 men next to Bowen. You can't see, but them 2 men look like they're merged together. Like they're about to fuse.
I'm going to take a picture of this super chat so I don't lose it and remove it so you get the full screen.
Basically, that's Ox and, if I'm not mistaken, that's Ox and Robbo, yeah? You can't really see them, but they're so close together, but you can just about separate their 2 heads, yeah? Then you've got Fabinho behind. Trent was already further up the pitch because we was trying to attack them and the attack broke down. This is a major worry. It don't matter if Klopp is telling you about handbrake or not, bro. You can rip off the handbrake, but surely you can't lose your footballing brain when you see an attacker running as clear as day as that. And not only that, Fabinho must look at Fornals and think, if he plays that ball to Fornals, I know Trent can't catch it because all you got to do is play it into his running path and we're in trouble. One of them has got to take him out. Instead, they literally all stood there and just thought, oh, hopefully mess up the pass, or Matip might get an interception, or Virgil might suddenly just turn around and turn into God mode. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. It's all right playing without this handbrake, and there are times when it's worked for us this season, but we have to tactically, we have to smarten up. We've got to be more street smart, like what you've said.
I'm not
Give away them tactical fouls.
I see this picture. Someone just grab up Bowen, man. Granaries. Grab him up, man.
You see Ox? Can I be honest with you?
No, but guys, not even just that. I watched this from the other view, yeah, from Alisson's point of view. Matip's actually at fault for this goal, you know. If you watch it back, even though the midfield should have took the yellow card, 1,000%, that is not wrong.
Matip kind of turns around.
Drifted way over to Antonio, which Virgil's already got. Didn't even look round one time to see Fornals making a run. I left a whole space for Fornals to run in. At this stage, if Matip just looks over his left shoulder and realizes Fornals there and watches that run, they don't score. It was actually Matip's fault. This goal was completely on Matip. Even though the midfield should have took him out, this goal was 100% on Matip.
And do you know what as well? Yeah, I again, I don't want to just single out one player, but I think we kind of have to look at from a tactical point of view. Yeah, this is gonna sound crazy, but I know this is hard to say, but I don't even think if we had Gini Wijnaldum there this season, he will be where Ox is. I've just got, you just have that suspicion of, I think Wijnaldum, I know I can't highlight it, but I think Wijnaldum is a lot closer to Fornals, because I think Wijnaldum's going to look at that and go, there's 2 of them. Why does freedom need to be over there? And it's
why are they so bunched together for real?
It's mad. And the thing is, I know it's split moment decisions, and this is the thing. We're not football experts. None of us are. None of us claim to be. But sometimes in a game, you can just see all of us have all said the same thing though. See, bruv, just take him out. A tactical foul. And you know who I'd say should do it as well? It should be Ox, because you want to know something. If Ox pulls his shirt, Ox is going to get a yellow. If Fabinho has to hack him with the legs, there's a possibility the ref might go dangerous play, whatever. But you see, they just pull the shirt. Bruv, just
And
grab
to
him.
be fair, he could injure him. I'm not going to condone just whacking his leg from underneath.
Do you know what
him,
you do,
you know what
bruv?
I'm
Do you want to
saying?
know what? Is it going to sound silly? Yeah. But, bruv, give man a bear hug. I've seen it before where like the two players laugh at each other and they get
Jump on
mad.
his back, bro.
But at least
Pull
you
his
don't hurt the
shorts.
guy. You don't hurt him. Bruv, hug him
100%.
up.
But
So he can't
pulling
run.
the shirt ain't never hurt no one. Man just turns around and goes, bruv, man, what are you doing? Done. Do you know what I'm saying? Take the yellow for the shirt pull and you're good to go.
Not a Chiellini shirt pull either, just a normal shirt pull.
yeah. Don't give man a Mortal Kombat move with it. You know what I'm saying?
Bruv, it's mad. And the last thing again I'll say is this: this isn't about this isn't to prove people that Gino Wijnaldum was better than maybe you thought he was. But what I'm also trying to say is this: when Gino Wijnaldum was in the team, I think he understood the assignment like better than maybe more other midfielders that we currently have, because I just find it really strange that 3 midfielders will be chasing one guy, and not only that, none of them thought I'm just going to stop him. Not one of them. And I'm not even saying if Genie was over there, he would have done that. But I do think, though, Genie wouldn't be in that position. And I think it's because he understands that situation a lot clearer than maybe an Oxlade-Chamberlain in that situation. And I know that sounds I'm digging man up, but that's just how I see it. But I leave that there for people to talk about. But
can I ask a question? We all sit here and talk about it, and it's one of the reasons we love Klopp. You see how we've just sat here and spoke about tactics, and I'll be honest with you. If I was a manager, I'd be like, look, grab his shirt next time. I don't think Klopp says that, you know.
Yeah, Klopp is a proper, let's do it properly.
He might almost be too, but again, I don't think that's not doing it properly. It's football, it's part of the game. Like, everyone's had their shirt grabbed. Everyone's
played Pro Evo against a man who, when you're through on goal, he just rasses you out and takes the red card.
Yeah.
Everyone's done that.
So, like, you have to do it sometimes. It's the ugly side of the game, but sometimes to be ugly,
here's the thing, bro. Speaking of Klopp, that's a good segue into what I wanted to say. So I was watching an extended interview with Klopp yesterday after the game, right? And they were like, was it your tactics? Was it rare, whatever? And this goes back to the argument we was having yesterday. And obviously, I'm not trying to do a rub it in your face or even bring it back up again, but it's just like, it was just ironic that it came up, Matt, right? And when he was talking, he was like, we played the exact same tactics in the first half as we did in the second half. The only difference is in the second half, we're terrible in possession. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we got a bit panicky. I don't know if we started to rush things. And then the commentator was like, Van Dijk said rash. And he was like, what does rash mean? But obviously, we know what Van Dijk means. And it's true. We got rash. We became very panicky. We're just being stupid. And that's what I'm saying, but we're poor in possession. West Ham weren't good. We were poor because in the first half, we played the same tactics and controlled the game. Other than their corner, they did nothing to us in the first half. They didn't even get a run in on our goal, nothing. In the second half, it all changed because we became, as Van Dijk said, rash. We got a little panicky. We were poor in possession. And that was what I saw from the game. And I'm thinking, that's the part I don't like. That we get a bit, it's the 65th, 70th minute, we ain't scored yet. Let's just start spamming crosses in the box. Why don't we just keep playing the same way we're playing in the 30th minute? A goal will come if you play like that. Do you know what I mean?
This is where I slightly disagreed with. You see, in the second half, West Ham did slightly adapt their tactics because in the first half, they were going long to Antonio. No one was really supporting him. In the second half, you saw Bowen coming deep and Fornals coming deep, and then they would still run beyond him if they had to as well. They weren't doing that in the first half.
Because they weren't letting them know, Cal.
But I think they were just being more compact in the first half. They saw glaring holes in our defense in the second half and exploited
Klopp literally said it, bro. Klopp literally said we didn't let them in the first half, and in the second half we did. Like, he felt like it was the individual mistakes that we were making all over the pitch.
But I think that's the problem. We played the same tactic in both halves, but West Ham didn't play the same tactics.
Would you say they really changed their tactics that much? It kind of looked like they were playing the same to me, bro.
Nah, they didn't, bro. Remember, even the one where they were offside
in the first half. We choked them in the first half, and in the second half we didn't. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what happened, why we changed the way we're playing for whatever reason, but yeah,
and
man.
Playing as many long balls as well.
Yeah, they weren't going as long in the thingy. Yeah,
because they knew they could play through our midfield. I think we presented them with opportunities and they fully took advantage. And again, I hate dwelling on that third goal, but even seeing Matt doing that breakdown, even after that all happened, Ali should have still saved it. That goal was
Yeah.
so unavoidable.
Yeah,
So avoidable.
I
It was
know,
unreal.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Ali was drunk yesterday, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
didn't
know
even
if
wanna admit
somebody
it, but
put like
I know.
Henny in the water. I don't know, but he was drunk, man.
It weren't on.
It's
Couple
horrible,
more super
man.
chats, boys. Dennis says, Man City, Brentford at Atletico. We are missing a piece. Agreed. Jose Alberto Ruiz Maldano says, Hey guys, I'm from Lima, Peru. I
Hey,
think the
big up.
team needs someone
Big
like
up, man.
Basuma. He is a perfect replacement for Gini. I big up yourself, Jose. Much appreciated. And I agree with that super chat.
Hey,
Um,
was it Nobby Solano?
Solano.
He was Peruvian, innit?
Real G.
Hey,
Real
Solano is
G.
a G.
Newcastle, oh my days.
Dumb
This-
Real
technique.
baller.
Dumb technique. Jamrock says, talk to Klopp and him bragging about sportsmanship awards. I'm not gonna lie, I have to laugh. But do you know what? Jamrock's got a point though. Unless you win the league or you win a major trophy, I don't want to see you bragging about the sportsmanship awards still.
It's true though.
Like, I don't want to see like that's something you celebrate behind closed doors. Like,
Something like that just red panty day, innit? Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like that's an at home thing. You and the wife celebrate that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You don't call the family and be like, yeah, guess what, guys? This, that, no, that's
It's
not one
true.
of them.
Like, she just got to be waiting for you when you get home. You're like, man of the year, yeah. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's an at home thing, innit? Like,
That's so true.
Oh,
Yeah.
facts.
All right, so guys, I know we've slightly touched on it earlier, but I just want to go back to Minamino and Origi, especially with the Arsenal game after the international break.
Can we remember to talk about Arsenal being the most unsportsman arseholes yesterday before we end? But yeah,
I've not seen the highlights from it. I think I saw your tweet.
Oh, in a nutshell, Watford
man.
kicked the ball out for an injury, and instead of throwing it back to them, Arsenal scored from the throw-in. Yeah,
That's how they scored.
We'll talk about afterwards. Yeah, I mean not literally direct, but they threw the ball in, had a passage of play, and scored. So they scored about 10 seconds after the throw-in that they should have given back to Watford. But yeah, we'll talk about that at the end. Yeah, go on, Cal. Sorry to cut you, bro.
Yeah, that's not cool if they did that. Jamrock says, you guys laugh, but Klopp lauds the fact that his players are not dirty. Now, I like the fact our players aren't dirty, but I don't think it's dirty when you take a yellow card and grab someone's shirt. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
It's like
it is
barging
dirty,
someone.
but it's what you got to do, innit?
No, I don't think dirty for me is like what
Someone's clean through and goal, and someone
Fernandes
tries
is
to
dirty.
basically break your ankle to stop you. That's
Bruno
dirty.
Fernandes is dirty. That's dirty to me.
Yeah.
Grabbing a shirt or barging a man or blocking a man off, that's part of the game. Like, it's a contact sport. It's a contact sport. You've got to ease a man. Like, it has to be done. It's a tactical foul.
Yeah.
As Boo Raider said, it's a tactical foul.
It is tactical foul. You're right.
No,
Like, if we go around started kicking people in the air, doing what Man United did to us, basically, then I think you got to pull it back. You got to be like, no, enough's enough.
That's why I didn't condone Fabinho tripping Bowen over, because Bowen could seriously hurt himself if Fabinho trips him over. So I don't condone tripping him over.
Agreed.
But pulling his shirt, ain't nobody ever been hurt from a pulled shirt. No one's ever been hurt from a pulled shirt. All the pulled shirt does is just met, you know that, man. You know them ones, man. That's all that happens from a pulled shirt, bro.
And the opposition player can get mad at you, but you can at least say, listen, bro, I had to stop you, but I didn't want to hurt you, innit? So I stopped you.
But I've been on football pitches where I've been through on goal and someone's hacked me. And I've said to, like, they've come over to me trying to help me up, and I'm just like, no, leave me alone. I'm like, bro, you should have just grabbed my shirt. Like, don't hack me. Like, just grab my shirt, bro.
Thank you, because there's ways how to do it, innit? It's just like, bro, you tried to end my life because I was throwing a goal.
Like, if you grab my shirt, yes, I'm gonna be annoyed because I wanted the goal and all. But I get it, I understand it. But if you hack me, then it's a different situation.
Bro, but I told you the other day, that's how I broke my shoulder.
Yeah.
Dangerous, bro.
Because instead of just pulling on my shirt or bear hugging me, man tripped me over.
Yeah.
And I broke my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. When man's running at high speeds, you can't trip man over, man. Man will properly hurt himself if he's running. Like, Bowen was blowing. If Firmino trips him over there, he could have seriously injured himself.
Yeah. But yeah, Minamino. How does he conceivably get into this team, and what is his best position for Liverpool? Not his best position, but his best position for Liverpool.
For Liverpool.
A position we don't really play, which is support striker.
No, but I'm saying for Liverpool, not his best position. Best position for Liverpool.
Probably the left forward.
I was thinking that, but defensively, this is what I was going to ask you. I think you're right, Jeff, but you see on the left-hand side, would you be confident enough in his defensive responsibilities, though? That's the only thing.
He gets about. He gets about. He might not be a great tackler, but it will definitely be a nuisance, follow the runner. I think Taki can do that. He's got energy.
All right, so if I say I agree with you, but I think, though, the reason why Klopp had this tendency, especially at the beginning, to play in false nine, is because he was worried about his defensive assignment, believe it or not. That's why he kind of played him centrally, because it's like you're not being isolated on the flanks, and if you get past Minamino, you might have a run at Robbo or Trent, or if he's on either or flank, and that's why I kind of feel like
he's weak. It's the only thing about Taki. He's very weak.
But I agree. I think his best performances have come from the left, because he likes obviously drift in and find that space. But
it's like when I was 15/16 and I was playing in the men's league, and I just felt the difference of the man strength. If I didn't use my pace, it was a problem.
Yeah,
I had to stay away from them, man. They were grown ass men, and they let me know I was a kid. And I feel like Taki, because he's quite small, he's kind of like that for him when he's in there. Like, there's these big men. God knows what Virgil and Ibu and them, man, they do to him in training.
That was some evil laugh. You know?
Give me the ball, fam. Mine out, fam. Give me the ball.
Was like, I don't know what happens in
I wouldn't
training.
be surprised if Taki's getting bodied by Elliot and that in training. Like,
do you know what? Elliot's not as small as people think, you know.
He can handle himself.
Elliot's got a little bit of size to him, you know. Don't be fooled because he's young.
I think because I would say Elliot is he is, and I think he's more aggressive than Taki, you know. Because you want to know something, and I know Drift always kept on saying it, because I used to say to Drift all the time, like, when it comes to Coutinho and tackling, I was like, he will try, but I think what even made him even partly successful is his aggression, because naturally you can be aggressive and put yourself about, and you may not have the frame for it, but when you are that aggressive, it kind of just adds to a bit more naturally to your strength, because you're going in as the aggressor, so it's a bit different. So
to answer this question from Turkish, by the way, would you lot take Bernardo Silva for Liverpool? I think he's perfect for you. If you could clone him and replace his personality, 100%. By him himself, absolutely not.
I don't want that right anywhere near my club.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You see him,
but as a footballer,
that's about as press resistant as it gets, you know.
Yeah,
in central midfield.
Yeah,
that's about as press resistant as it gets. The boy is special at football, but as a person, disgusting.
It's like basically trying to say to Optimus, take out the Matrix, and like you'll just be like Orion Pax, where with the Matrix, he's Optimus Prime. I'm sorry, fam. Ask anyone in the chat. No one wants Orion Pax, fam. They want Optimus Prime because he's got the Matrix. It's the same thing as Bernardo Silva. You cannot take out what is there. So you have to take him as he is, or you don't take him.
It's like, you know what it's like? It's like having your favorite pair of shoes or trainers, but you take out the insole and you fill it with pins. That's what it is. That's Bernardo Silva.
Pins, you know?
Not even pins, because that's too direct. Just that one pebble that just keeps on pissing you off, bro.
Pins, bro.
Have you ever been on a road where you can't check your trainer and there's just a pebble in there?
Yeah, you gotta start walking like you're wearing high heels, in it.
And you know, they're jiggling. Like if I get to the back, it'll be out of the way. Somehow it gets back to the front, bro. Why is this thing fucking with my toes, man? This pebble's pissing me off, blood.
Worst, you just want to rip off your trainer and that, but you're like, nah.
And then you're shaking your trainer and that, but there's nothing in there. You put it back. What the fuck, man?
The thing come back.
That's your trainer across the thing, bro.
And what you don't realize is it's like some little pebble or something stuck to your sock. It's not even It's not even in the trainer, fam. Oh, it's mad. It's mad.
The reason I asked the question about Taki, though, from you guys, Drift, you said support striker, you said left wing, you said Cam. In the chat, I've seen right wing, I've seen in the midfield 3. That's 5 different positions. I personally think it's the right side of midfield. Sorry, not right side, right attacking of the 3. I think that would be his best position. But again, the fact that we collectively, us 3 and in the chat, have named 5 positions, does that not say a lot? Like, is he just a jack of all trades but a master of none? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but to nail down a position in the team, you kind of need to master at least one of those positions, and I don't think he has.
It
Well, I might be
depends
too
because
harsh.
Klopp loves a master of a lot, innit?
Klopp's better than man already,
he loves a
Too
master
many.
of none, but a versatile player. Because if you look at all of our players, other than Ox, who you could arguably say can play wide, even though we don't like him there, but I guess technically he can. Most of our players, actually, no, Fabinho is the only like specialist in our team, and Klopp's like, I don't care if that's all you do. That's what I want you for. Everyone else, he kind of does play them a bit here, a bit there, a bit everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
And Thiago as well, but I know you probably meant him anyway.
No, but he's pushed Thiago up to number 10 at times. He's played him in an 8. Remember, in that 10-game run, he played Thiago a good couple positions, you know, Matt. Don't you remember?
As well.
Do you want to know something?
What was it West Ham away when he was at a 10? Thiago actually played a 10. Was it West Ham away last season? He's played Thiago in a couple of formations.
But what's so mad is, didn't we see the best of Thiago when we went on that little kind of mini run last season when it was him and Flacco as kind of like as the double pivot?
As the pivot,
Bro,
yeah.
you know, I'm screaming for that double pivot.
Pivot.
Shut up.
Shut up. No, I'm screaming for that double pivot. Pivot. We need that back, bro. Because
we need that salsa.
We
need it, bro.
All right, but here is where I play devil's advocate.
Yeah, go on.
Fabinho and Thiago in a double pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Dewey becomes acceptable to athletic midfields.
Yeah, we do. We have to fully have control of that game.
If two men there understand the assignment, I think you can negate away from that, because it's all about they complement one another. So one's very combative, and the other one is just a technical magician. And I know they're both not very quick.
They're like Starsky and Hutch, bro.
Yeah, but they're quick in the mind, though. So it also, do you know what it is? It depends on who the person is ahead of them in that 10. And I think for that to work, it would I think. Do you want to know something? I would have no worries and no problem if for one game and to try it out, he went Fabinho, Thiago double pivot, and Taki's in the 10 with a license to roam, knowing that them two are just going to control the game. Taki, you can try and get them 1-2s off and. With the front,
we got to be honest, man. I'll say it for you because I know people are going to think you've got an agenda. It will be a fully fit Naby. It would be.
No, but I'm talking about players that are fit right now, though.
Oh no, but I'm saying like it would be if you're going to play the double pivot of Thiago and Fabinho. Naby is the one who would be the midfielder ahead of them.
That midfield, no, do you know what?
That would be the one.
I'm not allowed to see it. Klopp, apparently, Klopp has said somewhere that
there's a clause in Matt's contract. Yeah,
there's a clause in Matt for Matt's Kopish. There's one thing I have to make clear: he will never see Fabinho, Thiago, and Kate with the same lineup. I swear down to you, lot. If I ever see that,
it was sub one off for the other.
Bruv, I don't understand. Do you want to know something?
Matt hasn't even been able to see it for 1 minute, you know.
Not for 1 minute. Not even for a second.
Not even for 1 minute.
That's mad. Crypto Nation says Mina gets.
I need to go and get a tissue, lads. 1 second. That midfield 3 is bruv, we're never gonna see it.
I know. Crypto Nation says Minamino gets the basics right, e.g. passing. The more Taki plays, trust me, he will excel on the ball. He's so underrated. You just need to watch him carefully.
I agree. He's got no rhythm. He hasn't been allowed to pick up form. I agree with that.
I don't know. Maybe I just feel I'm a bit harsh with Minamino.
And he was adapting.
I don't mean to.
And he was adapting.
I know something.
Austrian league isn't exactly difficult, so the Premier League might have really took him by surprise.
I think the people are right. A lot of the people are right in terms of Minamino because I think he does good stuff. But do you want to know something? I can kind of tell by looking at some of the games, that as much as they rate him, he doesn't command the ball. So, sometimes we might see they've got I don't know, someone's playing someone's got a passage of play. And Minamino might call for the ball. They might not go to him because they're thinking, No, like, let me give it to my man because
He's quiet. Let's
Yeah,
not
and
get
he's more
twisted. He
devastating.
could easily be Tyrone Ming.
But
Easily.
but he needs to command.
He's too quiet.
But he needs to command. He needs to kind of like command that respect though with performances. But here's the problem: because he doesn't start enough, he's never really gonna like. See, like with Jota, Jota was given like a chance to kind of command that authority. Whereas now, like, see if Jota asks for the ball, them man they will give him the ball. Whereas Minamino, I've seen it before when Minamino's doing this, and they're like,
he's easy to forget.
No,
like, unless his bus buddy goes, "Where's Taki?" Man then won't even realize we left him at the stadium, bro. Man will get fully Tyrone Ming, bro.
Geordie T says thoughts on Danny Olmo. He's my choice in midfield. Shout out to Rams. Rams loves Danny Olmo.
I've got that in my head. That picture.
I don't think we'd look at Olmo, but Danny Olmo is a good footballer.
Good footballer.
Very good
But I'll rather Nkuku. Yeah. I'm gonna keep pushing Nkuku and Jenna till we get him. I want Nkuku, bro. I don't want Gravenberch. I don't want Bissouma. So yeah, LFC, get it done. And Bellingham, and Haaland, and Mbappe. Come on, people, put a dub in the chat if you want them players. Come on, and smash the like if you want them players as well, man. Come on, man.
Do you know what's mad? You know the following game, I think it was Tyrone Mings got dropped. You know they left him on purpose.
No, they. I think that was fake. I don't think they actually left him.
I would take Szoboszlai as well. He's a cool player.
Oh, he got boyed.
And De Jong as well, yeah, Matt.
Yeah, and De Jong.
Receive right now. I could write the potential transfers for LFC for the next, I'd say 3 to 4 years. Yeah, and Rafinha and Szoboszlai. And yeah, there's
we can't get St. Max anymore. He's at a big club now.
Yeah. Oh, Drift, one for you. Diaz from Porto.
Apparently he's got Newcastle, so.
Bruv, all I'm saying is this. There's so many players out there who we could potentially get. I just don't want to see, whether it's in Klopp's reign or not in Klopp's reign, that all these like amazing players that are coming through the ranks now, like we miss out on every single one of them. Do you know how much that's going to burn, knowing that the potential was there for them to kind of just come into Liverpool and take us to another level?
Cal never forgot that.
Sorry. How can I forget my man, Pedro Neto?
You know what? For me, I think you've got to get Taki as close to the goal as possible.
Smash the light, people.
That's because you lot might think I'm being a bit stupid when I say this, but Taki's one of the best finishers at the club. I think you just get him as close to goal as possible.
Nah, not top 5.
If I don't know,
I never said top 5, but I think he's one of the best. I think he's very composed in front of goal, and I think he's underrated. I actually watch him take his time with his finishing, and I respect that. He barely thrashes at things. I actually watch him take his time, and he's quite calculated. I actually think he's a much better finisher than the people give him credit for. I just say get Taki as close to the goal as possible. And I feel like if we give them two the right backup, Origi and Taki can win us the League Cup. Real talk. If we play the right players behind them, they can win us the League Cup.
Sammy gives me a joke. I've not seen Sammy the whole chat. The moment we start speaking about Minamino,
I know.
I see you, Sammy. I see you, bro.
Oh, hey, big up Zabiri. Look at what Zabiri said.
That day job. He's off.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. You see, they're
not playing too well this season either.
No, they're playing all right. But they beat Dortmund.
And they 7th in the league, though, bro.
They're
sure.
I don't think are they 7th?
They're having a bad Champions League campaign.
No, but not in the league. I think they're doing all right. But now, what I was gonna say is though, they should be like official feeder club, bro. When I say they got borders, bro. I mean, obviously we took flipping Ibu from them as well. We've taken.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Put the right team behind Origi and Taki, and they can win us the League Cup. I'm not even capping. Put the right team behind them, and they can win us the League Cup. And I would love to win the League Cup, man. We haven't won a domestic trophy for a long time.
Same. People look down their nose at it. I want trophies, man. I want to be outright the most successful team.
Leipzig are 5th. Yeah, they should be doing better than that. They should be like,
and we actually have to put into consideration as well, Cal, that we may have to start realizing that the big ones might not be possible this year as well. So we definitely shouldn't be turning our nose up at the 2 cups.
Shouldn't turn our nose up at any trophy, regardless, even if the others are.
I know.
Available.
No, but if we were in like a quarterfinal of a Champions League and we were top of the league and we put a weak team out for a cup, I would fully get it. Do you get what I mean? That's the difference. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say, go hard for the League Cup and then you mess up that Champions League game or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? But I definitely feel like we should not be turning our nose up at the domestic trophies. And I feel like with the squad that we've got now, I feel like if you just throw one or two of the big boys in with those guys, do you know what I mean? Let's go win the League Cup, man. Like Ibu and Gomez as a centre-back pairing for the League Cup is completely fine.
Yeah.
If Tsimikas can't play in the first team, Tsimikas at left back, Nico's been playing all right this season. Contrary to what people want to say, and whether he's good enough or not, Nico ain't really let us down so far this season, you know, boys. Like, he's been all right.
Drift, I just wanted to speak about Coutinho's stats because I really want to put an end to this now, bro. I have to.
Here we go. Bro, let's put into this a massive context, yeah? This is like saying man ain't done well in his homework, but man hasn't been able to do it at home because for whatever reason he had to leave home.
Ansu Fati, Pedri, they've all been getting goals and assists, all playing well.
Yeah, but they didn't have the go on.
I'm gonna read this out.
He's coming back from a bad injury. I will say that, and he's playing very sporadically.
And while you're doing it, also read out his Bayern Munich stats as well.
What year was he at Bayern Munich?
Only 2 years ago.
All right,
18-19
all right,
or
so
19-20?
17-18. So he left us in 17-18. He joined them in 18 matches. He got 8 goals and 5 assists.
That's
very
great.
good.
Yeah.
Then they started to mess him around.
34 games, 5 goals and 2 assists.
That was when they were messing him around, but okay, that is poor stat.
At Bayern Munich, in the league, sorry, in the Champions League, he played 11 matches and got 3 goals. In the league, he played 23 matches, got 8 goals, 6 assists. Very good.
That's decent, yeah, because he was, I remember.
All right, 2021. 12 games.
This is when he had the injury, though, Cal.
Injury, though. Yeah, because 12 games. 12 games.
But 12 games. He still played 12 games, though.
Yeah, but 12 games. But go on.
2 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah, that's to be expected, though. 12
This
games.
season, he's played 8 games, 1 goal, no assist, 1 yellow card.
Bro, I have to be honest.
He's recovering from injury, Cal.
They sacked their manager because the manager
does this Coutinho get in this Liverpool team?
No, he doesn't. I'll be honest, he doesn't. But I think it's a bit unfair to kind of bring up stats.
He bolsters our bench, though, massively, Cal.
Bun him. Slow them, my beer feelings and my Gary. Slow them. I'm done with the Coutinho talk. We need a replacement, but he's not the replacement for himself.
You know, Cal's going to be looking at me the same way he looks at me when Origi scores one night. If we bring Coutinho back and he wraps it in the top corner, innit? And I'll just be looking at Cal like...
I'm done with the brother. He ain't.
I feel like he'd make our squad better, Cal. I do. I'm not saying he should come back and be integral. I understand that and I agree with that. But if you look at our bench, bro, and you look at 20 minutes to go and we need to get in there against a low block, those are the type of players that we need, bro. Because you know what else you do when there's a low block other than stretch the team?
This season, bro.
No, but bro, Barcelona are all over the place. And like Matt said, he is recovering from the injury. Like, it takes time. You know what I mean? Takes time to get your form back. They're so bad that their manager's been sacked. They're all over the place. Barcelona are all over the place, bro. It ain't a good time to judge Barcelona right now. You know what I mean?
That's a dream move, innit?
Just quick, Dean, big at yourself, bro. I can't.
To be fair, he won a Champions League out of his move, so
no, he won a Champions League at Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I know, but that was still because of his move. So yeah.
Sorry, Cal, just quickly to big up Dean. He tried to send me something regarding RB Salzburg thing, but Dean, unfortunately, he won't let me upload that picture because of the type of format. So if you can try and get another format of that, I'll try and see if I can bring it either before we end the show or on another show, my bro.
I'm definitely on that. I'm definitely on that anti-wave now, though. Now that I know we can't get Max anymore because he's at a big club now, yeah. I'm on that anti-wave. I'm not even gonna lie. When I'm watching this kid, don't get me wrong.
Don't leave Diaz hanging. You remember your
No. Diaz is going to Newcastle as well, man. It's kind of like the rumblings are in January. He's going to be their first marquee signing. So I'm not even. I'm forgetting. I'm if it don't happen, then I'm back on it. But I know they're going to get him because he's going to be the type of player that's going to give them what they need, isn't it?
Superior's on one today. Cal, he's Brazilian, dude. He got Suela violate. No, I'm telling you, when I watch
when I'm watching Ajax now.
You know the one I'm gonna bring up in it. You know that one. No. No. Where is it? We need to find it. Is this the one?
I'm not gonna lie, man. You know that spot on still. You actually know that spot.
Oh man. Every time you man say something I don't agree with, what you gonna hear is no.
Hey, man's starting to get a saying for everything now.
Yeah.
Man's already got that Delia. Now he's got the Consuela.
You man give me too much joke tonight. I swear down.
Boys, anything you want to discuss before we sign off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not me. It was Drift.
That disgustingly unsportsmanship from Arsenal.
You're gonna have to talk me through it. I've not seen it.
All right. So a Watford player goes down around the halfway line. Whether he was injured or not, he went down. Danny Rose has the ball. He's about maybe 2-3 yards from the touchline, and he looks up, and everyone's like, "Now put it out." He's injured, so he puts it out like 3 or 4 yards from the corner flag. 10 to the player, whatever. Lacazette goes to get the ball. Everyone thinks he's just going to throw it back to Watford. He plays it to an Arsenal player. A little passage of play happens. A Watford player gets injured in that passage of play. Ref says wave on, which is even more crazy. And then Emil Smith-Rowe scores. And everyone at Watford's like, hold on a minute. Wagwan. Now, it's not against the rules, but tell me that isn't unsportsmanship of the highest level. That Watford had the ball and put the ball out, and you don't give him it back. Like,
was he faking the injury?
Well, every player goes down and pretends they're more hurt than they are, but that's irrelevant.
If that's the case, then I'm all right.
No, that's irrelevant, Carl, because Watford had the ball. Watford had the ball. So even if a Watford player is faking it, Watford had the ball. If Arsenal kicked the ball out for a Watford player faking it, I'd have sympathy for Arsenal. But Watford had the ball. So whichever way you want to look at it, Arsenal should have given the ball back. I'm sorry, that's unsportsmanlike. I don't run that, and we don't do that right here, man. I don't know. And then afterwards, all the Arsenal players are like, "Oh, we're not that type of team." You are. You just did it.
I'll be honest. I'm actually all right with it. If the player's faking or he's making a meal out of it to delay the game or anything like that.
No, but again, Cal, it's not confirmed he was faking. It's just one of them ones where he continued.
Yeah. The way I just described it, I'm not gonna lie. The way I just described it, if that happened to us, I think there's gonna be an issue. But as you said, I think we both need to see it and talk about it more. But the way I just described it, that's not right, bro.
Yeah,
that's actually not right. You can't. No. And again, it's like,
Arteta apparently apologized after the game. Oh, that's bad then.
Yeah. And then he tried to go, but we're not that type of team. You are. You just did it, bro. Yeah. You are. You just did it. And if you're not that type of team, just tell them to chalk the goal off or let Watford go and get one and make it 1-1, and then we play on, innit? You are that type of team. What are you talking about?
No, it's real.
Anthony in. That's all I'll say now. I'm on that.
Evening, gentlemen. I agree, Drifty. Origi should be given a chance to play for the team. I think Origi will step up his game in January. He can. He will. Hopefully, he does.
Yeah.
The only thing is, in January, I'm just disappointed that he'll be playing. Hopefully, but again, it's not with the two big boys. Like Origi never gets to play with the big boys. He's always got to play without them. And I think that does hinder his you know what I mean, his progression. But big up to everyone who's showing the love to Origi as well still, because I didn't think there was anybody out there. So it makes me happy.
Imagine I didn't think there's anyone out there, like he's lost in space.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think there was anyone out there till the last few months. So I big up all you, man, that have been helping me to defend Origi still.
Just quickly, Cal, before we do this, I was gonna quickly bring something up because Dean wanted to send me this from before. Basically, this is what Dean was saying. So he was saying out of all the Salzburg potential players that we could have got, we chose Minamino. Now, as you can see, Haaland's there. Minamino's obviously there. Szoboszlai, who's now RB Leipzig as well. He's there as well. You got
Koita's a player that Jamrot likes a lot. Huang.
Yeah, you got obviously Huang, who's now at Wolves. You got obviously Daka, who's at
Leicester.
flipping Leicester. And it does make you wonder. It's like, did we get him for the relatively low fee? Did we get him because we were trying to just
It was
add like
It was
I
marketing.
didn't want to say it, but I let
I
you,
will. It's marketing, man.
It was a
No
marketing
fee,
ploy.
marketing, and we can sell him for a profit.
I still think they felt like they could get a tune out of him because he is a good player, but he's just
He's
clearly
decent,
not
Jay,
fit
but
in.
It's low risk, isn't it?
Yeah, very
risk.
low risk. Yeah,
I would have
very
went
low risk.
Szoboszlai over Minamino, and I've only seen. I remember when I saw Szoboszlai, and I was like, all I knew is that this man could take a free kick. I didn't realize actually how good he was until I started watching him properly. I didn't really know about Minamino until Minamino played against us in the Champions League. I'll be honest with you.
Remember, Haaland was never happening, so there's no point dwelling on that one.
No, there isn't. But he did go Dortmund for a relatively low fee, and that's because they just it's low risk, low reward. They just thought.
Hey, man, like Eastwood, big up your damn self.
No worries.
Big up Dean, big up yourself, bro. Thank you for sending in the
effect.
picture, bro.
Eastwood says, no worries, Drift. Origi security is in full effect. We know Eastwood, bro. We know. You're one of the people I switch on my Ring camera for as well, bro.
Bench, you know.
Gonna read out the the Fantasy Premier League.
Oh, no, Scoot. Oh, no.
Only 1 point behind.
Only 1 point, no.
Only 1 point.
No, but I thought he would have regained his title by now still. Mark A held on.
Top 5 is close though. Between first and fifth, there's only 9 points. So take it, Eze is Mark A. Shout out Mark A.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
On football, 1 point behind. Tika Mo Salah is on 775. Paul for Love, FCRK is on 774. I think Paul for Love's jumped up the table. I don't remember seeing Paul for Love.
Yeah,
I don't remember being there.
You know what? Yeah,
he might be new.
Top 5 is only separated by 9 points. The race is
top
on.
6. Sorry, top 6 because Coppers and Mo Problems.
Oh yeah, shit.
Is on that as well.
The heat is on.
Why is this guy trying to bait me up?
School,
Look at this guy. Oh, Klopp Kop-Ish, love me. Don't worry about me, bro.
Yeah, I'm not speaking about my position.
I was here tonight to bring my my tactical analysis. I'm not here to show my skills in FPL. No, I'm joking, bro. I am probably like
me and Matt had an identical week. It was absolutely shocking.
Man is languishing.
39 each.
Oh,
I know
I
something.
don't feel too bad. I got 38 now.
Man
was languishing.
No, I was livid still.
No, bro, I'm languishing horribly.
We had a horrible week, man.
Yeah.
Klopp-Ish.
We ain't repping at all.
Probably.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I may have to have another transfer week still.
But you know why I didn't want to pull my wild card? Because the international breaking. I'm always worried about who's going to be coming back after the international.
And Christmas is a crucial time. You got to kind of hold out till Christmas. Yeah. You know them ones there.
No, remember you get another wild card after Christmas. Remember, bro. You get one every 20 games, or one either side, innit? Yeah, you get.
All right, cool.
Why am I helping, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say thanks. I appreciate that. Forza Liverpool in 7th, 40-year-old Virgil in 8th, Shaq 22 in 9th, and
I like that name, El Kloppo. I like that name. That's a good name.
Like man in 12th is called Michael Edwards, sell to buy. You are a G, and not only that, you're in 12th place, and you are actually in the running. Big up your damn self.
Yeah, for real.
Big up
Michael. Can you imagine if Michael Edwards just got a bit bored and thought, well, I'm not making any transfers. I'm just gonna go and show these lot what I'm about tactically as well. Then
I'm just gonna use that wild card, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, a couple of people are asking about the pool, Matt, but as far as I'm aware, the pool was getting moved to by Origi. I think that's the only thing that happened to him since he's gone to Atletico Madrid.
No, it's Mane. He got moved to by Mane.
No, it was Origi, bro. If you go Mane... yeah, Mane there. Mane dumping him up. Yeah,
what are you talking about?
But I'm talking about the clip I sent you, man, in the group. And then Matt was like, it wasn't close enough. You can't see the name on the shirt. Where's the proof that that's the pool?
You got better eyes than me, man.
And the commentator blatantly goes, the pool didn't have the strength to deal with Origi there.
Just chatting, he changed the language. It kind of went like, what? What's this?
I heard him clear as day, mate. He said, the pool didn't have the strength to deal with Origi there. That's blatantly what he said,
I'll be genuinely honest. so far he hasn't started that great. There's a reason why he kind of wasn't started at the beginning of the season. But I think it's so hard one because he was the main man at Udinese, then he goes into Atletico. I said the fraud, you know. I don't think it's a fraud. Then you go to Atletico and you're asked to play a
the
different
fraud,
way.
you know.
Damn,
mad.
homie. Udinese, you was the man, homie. What the hell happened to you?
Why are you not doing this to the ball? Like, why? I hope we don't meet them in the final or something mad like that and he scores some screamer or something.
Damn,
Yeah,
homie.
obviously.
You used to be the man, homie.
Remember, for Atletico, I don't see, this is the thing. Even look at Felix, though.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna
Felix.
say it doesn't seem as though attacking midfielders thrive under Simeone.
Bro, it seems like if you're attacking, like
Yeah,
unless
no.
you are a certain,
You know
No,
what? I
no,
don't
there.
think playing for
Don't go
Simeone
there.
could be fun in any way, shape, or form. Simeone
It's
is
not,
like
bro.
a pit bull, and there's no owner, and you know at any moment he might just switch it up, brother, just attack someone. Like Simeone looks terrifying to play for. Like he
I think
really
he's
does.
I think he scares you to play. Like I reckon if you had an injury, he's like, you're playing tomorrow, and you're like, brother, I got a hamstring. You're playing tomorrow.
I think
Okay,
he's a
cool.
sort of manager. If you're a defender or a defensive-minded player, you'd love playing for him.
I don't know, man. I think that's when he gets more angry at you if you make a mistake, though, to be fair.
I just he doesn't let attacking players
The
really.
people
thrive.
are really going for Rodrigo de Paul, you know. Like, oh,
The spirit, they said.
Rodrigo Despairing.
that is
Bad
mad.
man.
Do you not really think? No, I don't know. Like again,
Bad
and it's
man.
hard to say because it's early, but I think, and I know it's kind of easy to say. I think if he doesn't go to Atletico and he goes to actually a team that allows him to play, bro, because you can't be playing in a 5-man midfield where you're doing some doggy work compared to you're the ball carrier of your team. Like it's a complete.
To be fair,
transition.
DePaul had a very, very good Copa America.
He did, bro. Do you want to know why? Because he was allowed to do what he does, and that's so
Mm.
mad, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Rodrigo.
No, allow it, Cal. I saw you bring that up. Allow it. That's a Shea Rue, you know. Oh God, Bruno Shea Rue.
I like that, you know, Rodrigo de Cheru. Hey, I like that. I like
Sounds
that
like a
name.
dodgy wine, bro. That's what it sounds like. Turkish has just said a lot of talk about Saul as well. Saul ain't done nothing at Chelsea so far.
They ain't
He
been
hasn't done
playing.
any. Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
No,
We were
because when he
actually
has played, he's been terrible, bro.
Oh, has he played? I haven't really. Chelsea's
when
one
he's
of the
played,
few teams
I
I
don't
don't
remember
watch.
seeing him play. I'm being genuinely honest. I don't remember Chelsea. putting him-
Maybe there's a reason why we didn't go for him.
Maybe there's something wrong with him. Maybe he's got. I don't know. Yeah, it's mad.
I never thought he'd have worked for us. I think he's a good footballer. I just didn't think he'd work for us.
You lot know I said I didn't want him at the time.
I like
Yeah.
Saul for what he used to do for Atletico.
Yeah.
I have to be honest though. This Saul that I think I've seen him play, no word of a lie, maybe in a Champions League game or something like that for like 10 minutes. I don't know what it is,
No,
but
not right.
he don't look right. Like
He
he's
was
carrying
frozen out a
injury.
little bit towards the end of his Atletico time anyway.
Yeah,
Remember?
Bruv, the Paul was his replacement theoretically, and it's like
yeah.
even though the Paul hasn't set the world alight or anything, the Paul's still better than Saul as things stand, and that's kind of saying a lot because as people are saying in the chat, and rightly so, the Paul hasn't started very well.
Yeah.
So
Boy, well, people, gotta say a massive thank for joining us. Do smash the like button. Keep a lookout on socials, guys. Obviously, there's no previews because there are no games in the next week, but we will have some stuff coming out for you guys. So please keep up with the socials. Please do, and you'll be kept abreast of what's going on. Bassett one says Tillemans reminds me of Genie, neat and tidy. Basuma 2.
how's it going to
Tillemans
engine for
doesn't-
me?
Yeah, it doesn't remind me of Genie. I think that
He's neat and tidy, but he ain't got the
Very neat and
engine
tidy,
of
but
Genie.
yeah, hasn't got an engine as I said before.
not
He
the
doesn't.
athleticism either. He's not.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
not rapid like
But
that.
he's more of a goal threat, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Actually, the Holland Genie was banging in like a goal or a brace every game. I don't know. That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. Hence his versatility and his tactical nous. People sleep on him, man. People slept on Genie.
they did.
Now, I don't want to be doing this whole Genie Coutinho thing in 2 years. Let's just go and get a replacement in January or the summer and let's just fill that gap straight away, man. I'll touch on it because the comments just come through. Canelo is an absolute beast.
Oh yeah, we already know this though. We already know this.
No, Cal didn't. Cal's coming round.
No, he did. He just didn't want to admit it. He just didn't want to admit it.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Cal didn't want to give him his flowers at all.
No. There's an asterisk there, but he's a beast.
No, there isn't, bro.
Well,
have you watched the fight now, Cal?
Yeah. When you failed 2 drugs tests, there's an asterisk, bro.
Plant was fighting well, though, innit? He was fighting well.
He actually was fighting this.
It's typical Canelo, though, innit? He knows.
He lets you think you're winning, and then he just.
He knows when he's better than you as well, because he kind of just like he walked man down, was like, I know what you've got, and no matter what you have, I've got more. And it was kind of like the guy was on the back foot the whole time, innit? And when I just saw Canelo when Canelo starts doing like just unloading power punches like that and not kind of worrying about his opponent, you already know it's a write-off, because he weren't doing that against Triple G. Triple G actually made Canelo have to kind of fight backwards as well, and he had to kind of pick his poison. But he done it still very, very well.
Yeah, but then you always have to go backwards against a zombie, though, innit?
No, I know, but even still, though, bro, my guy, I kind of knew Canelo was going to win that. Like, that's easy money for him.
It was the body shots, man. I love the Canelo body shots, man.
There's too many. That fight there was like...
I heard Usman talking about fighting Canelo.
He does not want to do that. He does not want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
Like, MMA guys, you got to stick to your lane a little bit. Like, I'm all for experimentation and stuff like that, but stick to your lane, man. Like,
I'm not even gonna lie, Usman is as tough as it gets, but I actually think Canelo, if he wanted to, wins in the first round.
Of course, his levels to this.
The way he can pick his shots, and they're so it's different.
You just see what I've just seen, didn't it, Drew?
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Old School Tunes 80. If you send that super chat again, because
I've seen it.
Jamrock says Drift. Pep played Foden and not Grealish because he wanted width against United. Tactical smartness. You said the same about Klopp yesterday. Tactics. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree
with that.
Eastwood says tainted beast. Hashtag of the money team. Zabiri says cow is allergic to flowers. Remember Ronaldinho. I'm gonna say this comment, but I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, so I'm going to elaborate. Canelo for me is a much better version of Deontay Wilder. Canelo knows if he can go out. Now, hear me out. Canelo knows he can go out there and outbox certain boxers, and he'll do it. He also knows against people like Amir Khan, Caleb Plant, Kovalev, he won't be able to outbox them. But what he does do is set traps, and he's able to get the knockout. Deontay Wilder knows he can't outbox a lot of boxers, but what does he do? He sets traps and gets the knockout, right? Canelo is a better version of Deontay Wilder because he can do both. He's not going to go in there with a boxer and try and outpoint a boxer. He's going to seek and destroy. But with someone who he knows he can outbox, he will outbox them and ultimately still get the finish.
So that means that he's literally a complete fighter, then, Carl.
Yeah, I've never said he's not.
Oh no, I'm just summarizing. He's a complete fighter.
I kind of disagree. I disagree with that.
There's an argument to say that Canelo is pound for pound.
I disagree with that take because
I'm going to keep it to myself.
Let's chop up on another day because there's something I want to say. Because to say he's a better version or more complete version of Deontay Wilder, it just, in my opinion, though, I think that's massively disrespectful because when it comes to their boxing skills...
Oh, calm down, mate, calm down.
No, I have to be honest.
The disparity isn't that big of a deal.
No, but I've already said he can do the boxing thing as well. He's just not the best boxer.
But what I'm saying is like...
I actually think he is, Cal.
If we're talking about variety...
I think his boxing abilities are matched.
No, I disagree.
Only if Andre Ward came back would there be somebody who's got.
If we're talking about variety of punches, Canelo's got everything in it. If you're talking about even being like tactically, he's got it. Deontay Wilder
tell me a weakness to Canelo. Not you, Cal. Anybody tell me a Canelo weakness.
Because I think to say he's a better version of Wilder.
Stamina, no.
Flat-footed.
He's not flat-footed, bro. He's only flat-footed when he wants to plant down and knock you out,
this is what I was going to say. So, do you see
he's been outboxed by Caleb Plant, Amir Khan.
No, but as you said, he let him outbox him knowing he was going to get the knockout, bro.
He didn't let them outbox him.
He was finding his range, bro. That's what he was doing.
He just trying to say he got outboxed by who?
Amir Khan was getting outboxed. He was getting outpointed by Amir Khan. He was getting outboxed.
He knew that Amir Khan it was a
Guys,
liberty for us to pay all that money
guys,
for the
I think-
pay-per-view
I think
and
you're
only
hearing what
get
I'm saying.
one round, bro.
I don't think you guys. I think you guys are hearing me say this stuff to be disrespectful. I'm actually commending him on this. I'm showing that he's got the tactical nous of knowing when to box someone and when to seek and destroy. If he just went in there to try and box with Caleb Plant, he would have lost at the weekend. Hence why he went into seek and destroy mode. Same with Kovalev. He was losing that fight, went to seek and destroy. Same with Amir Khan. He was losing the fight. He seeked and destroy. With
I
other
just think-
people like your John
He was
Ryders
toying
and-
with Amir Khan, though.
He wasn't
Cal.
toying with him, bro.
Nah, he was fully toying with
No, but
Amir
Khan's
Khan.
got good
bro.
hand speed, but I think he kind of knew, like, oh, if I, as you say, like, if I stick it on him, I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
he
him.
was toying with him.
And not only that, for me, I think Canelo, especially is what in the first couple of rounds, he likes to see what you can bring. So even like the whole like Caleb Plant thing, like I'll be honest with you, like Canelo for me never really looks like he's in danger, other than from when he fought Triple G. I think in the third fight when he was like, "Raw, this guy like is kind of different to what I've ever fought before," and kind of had to like adapt on the fly. And I give him respect for that. But to say like he's a slightly better version of, or not slightly better, so you didn't say that, sorry. You said he's a better version, so or more complete version of Deontay Wilder, yeah? But I have to be real. Deontay Wilder is just a power puncher, and his jab is so basic that you probably could have taught him that cow on a Saturday, and he's running with it on a Sunday, saying how he's upped his game. To say Canelo and him in the same kind of
Wilder
breath,
will find you, you know. I'd be
No,
careful.
I have to be honest with you. This is just my. I'm not the boxing connoisseur like.
My jab ain't none, huh?
I'm not the boxing connoisseur like Carl, but I have to say though, from what I've seen of the two fighters over the years, you can't even put them two in the same sentence, in my opinion, because Canelo for me has his array of skills.
I do agree with that, Cal. I
far
get your
outweighs
sentiment, but I think it was the wrong
what
fight.
Wilder's ever
Fair
shown,
Fair
ever.
enough.
But again, do you know what, Carl? We need to do this on a members thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Canelo is just cemented. He's just cemented, man.
When you say cemented as what?
He's in that GOATs category now, isn't it?
Cool.
Nah, he's in that GOAT category, man. We can't even talk now. The man went from welterweight to light heavyweight and pretty much cleaned out everything.
Yeah, tainted meat and cherry picking fights.
We're not gonna cherry pick him, bro. He fought whoever there is to fight. Kovalev, Triple G. Who has he not fought, bro? Canelo don't run.
Cherry picking is not fighting the names; it's fighting them at certain times.
No, but cherry picking normally means that you avoid the difficult fights. Canelo never avoids the difficult fights, bro. He don't. Canelo fought everyone, bro.
All right.
Jacob, he fought everyone, bro. There's who's he got left to beat, bro?
Yes, and what did he do? He put a hydration clause in the Jacob contract. That is shady, bro.
Yeah,
all
I'm
right.
not gonna
Yes,
lie.
all right, Jiff. All right, you know that shady.
No, but all right. Every genius has like a madness to them, right?
That's not madness. That's shady, bro. That's like me saying, yeah, Drift. Me knowing you're a faster runner than me. That's like me saying, yeah, Drift. You know, we'll have a race, but you're gonna have to tie your legs together.
It's not that bad, bloody hell.
Bro, he couldn't hydrate, bro. You're telling him
that.
that.
Yeah, but neither could he, though.
No, he could, bro.
Hold on, I didn't even hear about this hydration.
Oh,
what is
I
this
bet
that you're
you
bringing to the table now? What's this?
So when he fought Jacobs, he said,
I didn't know this, by the way.
You've got to weigh in at a certain weight,
Yeah.
but on fight night, you can't just rehydrate. You have to rehydrate up to a maximum, or you give up your purse.
I never heard about that.
Go and check
Are
it
you
out.
sure, Cal?
Is that
I'm
real?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, bruv. It's dirt, bruv. How can you tell a man, no, you cut weight, but you still got to keep the weight cut? That's mad.
That is mad. That's mad.
Yeah, that's
I
bad.
can't even condone that.
But
That's
you know
crazy.
what? I'm not confirming that. Innocent until proven guilty. I'm going to
I
find my own
can't
sources
confirm
on
or
that
deny
one.
that because I don't
Yeah.
know. Cal's brought that to my
I'm going
attention
to find my
today.
own sources on that
Just
one.
today, Cal's brought that to our attention, people. So.
All right, you go and check it. This is for Drift from Old School Tunes 8. He says, Origi can't pass or dribble, but can score spectacular goals. Hashtag jokes. Love Origi. Old School Tunes 80. Drift will come to your house, bro.
Hey,
Innit?
Eastwood, get him, brother.
And
And if you think he can't dribble, go watch what he did to the pool in the Atletico game.
That's it. One says drift can be like Canelo move. Oh, sorry, Drifty be like Canelo. I think there's a little mistake. Can Canelo move like Origi though?
Oh, no one can move like Origi.
Oh, wow, you actually doubled down on it. Fair enough. Eastwood says Wilder is not a boxer; he's a slugger. Canelo is a puncher, still learning to box. Hashtag the money team.
Canelo is the GOAT, man.
He's not the GOAT, Drift.
Come on, man.
He's not the GOAT.
He's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT.
Don't do that, Drift.
But he's up there. He's up there, one of the best boxers of his generation. But
don't do that. He's a sick boxer, bro.
But he's not the GOAT. Let's not be silly.
He's not the GOAT, Drift. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do them things there, Drift.
Remember, in my world, I'm allowed more than one GOAT.
Bro, how can you have more than one?
Bro, do you know GOAT stands for greatest of all time, not greatest for all timers. It's greatest of all time.
But I've remixed it. You know that. There's a 0.5 on mine.
Bro, this guy.
No, we'll have to do it. We'll have to do it. We'll have to do it. Yeah. Because if you don't want to move to Andre Ward, I'm definitely not having that.
No, we'll move to. Oh, listen.
Andre Ward. I've already told you. Andre Ward dismantles Canelo.
Andre Ward is the real GOAT.
He dismantles Canelo.
He dismantles Canelo.
Canelo.
I wouldn't go as far as to say he dismantles Canelo, but he beats Canelo. Andre Ward is the GOAT, bro.
What?
Hold on, Matt. Are you saying we definitely got to do members now?
I'm
not saying nothing. You know, I'm only going to speak with my lawyers.
I can tell I'm going to have to bring a little artillery for Matt on the Andre Ward conversation because I'm not letting anyone talk bad about Andre Ward.
I'll bring the artillery for that, bruv.
I'm not letting anybody talk bad about Andre Ward. Not a chance, bro.
I know Andre Ward is sick and one of the best fighters, but to say he would dismantle Canelo, do you know how much? I think, man, anyway, all right, cool.
He dismantles him, bruv.
Cool.
Eastwood says Canelo witness is he can't box. Stamina VADA drug test. No comment. Can't fight backwards. Doesn't have a jab. Hashtag the money team.
I completely disagree with all of that.
I disagree with the stamina stuff.
Can't fight backwards. Go and watch all the Triple G fights. He was constantly fighting backwards.
Not in the second one. He came forward in the second one and met him head on.
Yeah. That was when he wanted to stamp his authority on the king. But
the first fight, he was fighting backwards and got beat.
And I think it kind of probably like made him learn as well.
I'm never.
What's that? Where did Cal?
We've got to watch Triple G Canelo 1 together. You know, we actually have to watch it together.
And Lara. The Lara fight as well.
Stop throwing that one.
I don't know where that Lara fight is.
Lara I know
find
is
the footage for that.
Cricket, man.
Only
Lara I claim is Brian, man. Let's move.
Brian Lara,
Eastwood said he's the Mexican GOAT, Drift. He ducked a lot. Eastwood's coming for you. Might be the Origi security, but he definitely.
Hold on. Just quickly before we go, yeah.
They always say keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. But I'm gonna have to flip it around for Eastwood. I thought he was my boy, bro.
Cal, you know better than probably us all in terms of like the age, yeah. But think about when he fought even Floyd Mayweather. How young was he, Cal? When he fought
he was
Mayweather?
Too young for the Mayweather.
He was young.
This is what I'm saying. And to be fair, he kind of
and Mayweather made him come down, and he was underweight and all that.
He didn't. This is
what 152, and he was fine at 154 at that point, I think, or maybe even 147.
Bro, look how young he was, and he fought, because really and truly, he should have waited it out and thought, no, I'm not waiting. But do you want to know something? He thought
say no to a Floyd paycheck, though, innit?
Yeah,
this
you
is
can't.
What I was gonna say, you can't. Bro.
And he probably believed that he would win.
Yeah.
And there's a big argument that if they fought now, it'd be a completely different story.
No, there isn't.
No, of course. If they fought now,
way more
it would be a completely different.
It'd be way more interesting.
Pieces that up, man.
It'd be a completely different fight.
Way more interesting.
Pieces that up, man. Can't hit what you can't see, bruv. You can
what,
dash
now?
a bag of bruv. You can dash, bruv. Floyd Mayweather could dodge a bag of rice, bruv.
You talk about today, or you talk about when he was in his prime, Floyd?
No, obviously they're not gonna fight today. They're different ways. But...
Oh no, I thought. What was you? No, what was
prime,
what did you?
Prime Floyd versus Prime Canelo. It's not even close.
It's not close.
No, it's not.
I think it's closer than what we saw when he was younger.
No, bro, it's not.
I think it is.
I think what you're seeing here is that even though he gave Canelo his flowers at the beginning, he's taken them all back, Matt, and now he's left the cactus.
Because you guys are forcing me to give extra flowers. I just come with the bouquet, and now you want.
Man, just come with a cactus, you know, bro. Just put it down and just like, yeah, enjoy that.
You want?
How can he come with flowers, Jiff? He come with them fake flowers from IKEA, fam. He come with them real thing, bro. Man come with the fake flowers from IKEA. Was like, here you go. You a hater.
Katie Taylor is a true goat. Katie Taylor's a G as well.
Yeah. She's an absolute G.
Drift, I was referring to the guy on the chat last week who said the other day at Bakarigi. That's old school tunes, 80s. And Eastwood says Prime Floyd will clean Canelo's clock. Facts.
I think it's a tougher fight.
Do you guys know what Prime Floyd was?
Bro,
plus, if we're going to have that conversation, we'd also have to talk about what weight they're fighting at.
It'd have to be a catch weight.
It'd have to be a higher catch weight than 52.
Don't get twisted, Carl. Mayweather still wins. I'm not even denying that. I just don't think he wipes the floor of him. Especially the Canelo that's probably fought in different weight, obviously weight divisions. Remember, because he's evolved as well. He's gotten better. And he's not the same Canelo from when they first met.
No, you're right. But that Floyd that fought Canelo wasn't at his prime either.
That's true. That is true.
He was. No, we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. Floyd was in his peak when he fought Canelo. We're not going to do that. No, he was, Cal, man. We're not going to do that. Come on. Yeah, he was, bro.
No,
he was ever so slightly out.
And you know what? What a lot of people don't realize is because
his
Canelo
prime was like Arturo Gatti and Hatton and them, man. That was Floyd's prime.
Canelo's body punches, yeah. He wouldn't be headhunting Floyd. He'd be grinding him out with a body. It'd be a totally different fight, man. It'll be a totally different fight. I'm not even saying Canelo would win. I'm saying it'll be a totally different fight.
When Floyd poses up like this, bro, what can you hit?
No. Canelo's body punches hit different, bro. They hit different.
Man looks like he's in a P. Diddy dance, brother. Take that.
No, the pose is mad. I can't even lie.
Canelo will punch your own elbow into your rib, bro. Canelo hits different, bro.
Yeah,
put like this counter, just be an interesting fight.
Out of a counter right, brother, and clocks him.
Well, we know that Floyd ain't gonna never knock him out. So
I mean, they're one of them ones where like you don't want to score against the opposition because you used to play for them. We definitely got to cut this up in the members.
I'm more against Roma.
Yeah. I moved it. I'm sorry. We've got to do a members on this one.
No, we will. Can't believe man said he's the GOAT. And
Matt thinks he's getting off with that Andre Ward slander as well. Still,
yeah. This is now become a triple threat fight. Still, like,
no, it is.
Like, Eastwood says Floyd won't be there to get punched. Facts.
Look, I'm not even saying Canelo would beat Floyd. I'm just saying it's a totally different fight.
Yeah, I don't think
it is a totally different fight. Man said
wipe the floor. Like that's a big statement.
That Canelo was wet behind the ears.
Agree.
This Canelo different.
And he'll aim for the body. He knows he can't headhunt Floyd. Floyd's movement's too good.
Klopp says thoughts on Amir Khan as a boxer.
Dead food.
Good hand speed, no defense, that's it. Good hand speed. You got Amir Khan, good hand speed back in the day, but that's what you had in it.
But that's unfortunately that's
didn't evolve.
Just good hand speed. Just good hand speed. No defense, no boxing IQ, just good hand speed. But people, check us out on social media to let you know when we'll be back. And much appreciated for joining. Smash the like button if you haven't. And until we see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kop-Ish and we're out, people. Take care.
Peace.